You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
That's a hell of a deal. Hell of a deal, and we're damn happy to have you folks join us here. Come on in and relax. Welcome to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Dana has returned.
I'm back.
From a trip to Buffalo, New York. How you feeling, son?
Feeling great.
Well, you started the show better than it started yesterday.
Oh, did things go a little sideways a little bit?
A little bit.
Okay.
Technical issues,
Sure.
a little bit of operator error.
That can
shows
happen.
even the boss can mess up sometimes.
Here you go.
You went off to the ball game.
I did indeed. Had a great time despite the result. Had some great wings. Got to see the Niagara Falls. A lot of great times. But yeah, the ending, obviously the Bills didn't win. I'm sure you guys had some fun with that yesterday, making fun of me for going all the way out there just to see just a dick kick of a loss.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
It's selfish on your part to think we'd spend yesterday talking about
That's
you.
a good point.
My model girlfriend lives in Niagara Falls. I wonder if you ran into her.
Well, see, I was on the New York side, not the Canadian side.
Yeah,
so.
I told you she lives on the New York
Oh,
side.
she does.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've made the same mistake. Dana, careful.
I
Okay,
understand.
careful.
She's Canadian, but she lives on the American side.
Okay. So she's got dual citizenship or something, I'm guessing?
That's none of your business. Now's not the time to talk about citizenship. It's a bad time for that. Do you have any stories about jumping through tables or setting yourself on fire or anything?
I kept it relatively tame this time around. I did do a couple shots out of a bowling ball. That's one of the things they do like to do at the tailgates there.
Like, is it an
That's fun.
actual bowling ball, or do they hollow it out and stuff?
No, it's an actual bowling ball, and it's got a little bit more room in there. You take the shot, and then you slam the bowling ball, and then you blow out of this giant horn to signify that you just successfully ripped the shot out of a bowling
And
ball.
you
I
were-
would do that all day long.
Oh, it was so disgusting, actually.
Were you aware of this beforehand, or did you just
Yeah.
learn about it yesterday?
No, it's a well-known thing.
Is
in
it really?
Buffalo, at the tailgates?
Are
yeah.
they still doing the table thing, or did they finally let that go?
They kind of let that go. It's not as common as some people seem to think. You know, you might see one here or there, but it's
that can't sustain itself.
exactly.
So
Too many people have injured themselves.
What about doggy style on the back of a pickup truck? Did you see any of that?
I'm sure it was happening somewhere, but I didn't personally run into it. No.
I like that video. Josh is referencing a video from a few years ago where a guy is just absolutely destroying his girlfriend
In front of everybody.
on the hood of a car, or Josh maybe seems to think it was a pickup.
I just
mean,
threw that out there. I couldn't remember,
I
but
think
they
it
were
was-
having sex in the parking lot.
I mean, and it's just they're just knocking it. You can hear it from a couple of blocks away.
The smiles on their faces was infectious. They both look like they're having a great time.
They seem to enjoy putting on a show for people.
Oh, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
How drunk do you like to get before or during a live ball game? I used to love to get drunk at a live ball game.
You know, I don't go to too many games these days anymore, but
My little league coach hated me for that.
show up hungover the next day.
I used to love to get drunk for the live ball game.
Yeah. Sunday, yeah, we got decently tuned up, but then once you kind of in the game, you're just kind of focused on that, and you kind of sober up as the process goes through.
Oh, that's when I really turn it on.
I remember that anxiety. I mean, this maybe was a sign that I had an issue at one point or another in my life, but at a professional hockey game, the anxiety as last call approached.
Dude, right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because when do they do it now? Is it 10 minutes left in the third period? You got to get a beer before they hit the halfway point of the third period, because then they shut off all the taps and they stop selling hooch. I remember, there'd be 13, 14 minutes left in the third period, and you're kind of looking around your friend group like, okay, is somebody going to get up and get us? Who's getting out of their seat to get us, each of us, 3 more beers before the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one. God, you had to have 2 or 3 of you. And what if it goes into overtime? I had to be drunk. I don't know what it was. I had to be drunk for the live game experience.
At the game on Sunday, they cut off liquor sales at the start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think that's normal, right?
Yeah, and I happened to be in line, and I got a beer like right as the fourth quarter is about to begin, to the point where the guys behind me, they weren't able to get one. And the looks on their faces, Nick, I bet you can picture this. They looked like their dog just died when they were told they were not allowed to get another beer.
Wow, you just snuck in there
I
then.
just snuck in to get the last one.
So I'd imagine you're decked out in your Bills gear, so there's no reason for you to worry about getting crap.
Right, exactly.
Did you talk with a New York accent or anything to try and blend in further?
No, all the Buffalo people, they're so friendly. They're so accommodating. They're just great people. Although I did make the mistake of wearing Bills gear to the airport yesterday. I had a layover in Chicago, so I was in a couple different airports, and every single person, oh, tough one last night, huh? Yep, sure was. Oh, all I needed was 12 points from Josh in fantasy. You couldn't even get it done for me. Yeah, all right, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll pass that along to him when I see him next.
At your next meeting?
Yeah. But overall, great time. I had some wings that made me believe in God. They were so good. It's just a fantastic trip.
Now, would you be allowed to be in like the there's a fan hall of fame here with the Vikings? I'd imagine every team has that. Would they allow you because you're a huge fan, but you're not from the area?
They're very welcoming. They love the fact that I told them I'm from Minnesota, and they just welcomed me in with open arms and wanted to hear everything about the Bills and everything like that. They're great people.
I don't know if we still have. You mentioned Josh Allen, or someone mentioned.
Yeah.
I don't know if we still have audio of this, but I got very emotional once when I was talking about Josh Allen. I don't know if you still have that around, Josh.
No, I don't remember this.
Okay. Well, I don't know what I was talking about in the audio, but at the very end, I apologized to Josh Allen, and I couldn't get through it. I got very emotional.
Oh, that guy.
What do you mean? What do you mean that guy?
No, I meant that moment. That moment when you got emotional talking.
I don't know. It doesn't matter if you still have it around, but well, there you go. You're all settled in now.
I am.
That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah. Here's an interesting take from a listener who's going the other way on you, Dana. Uncle Bitch, Jesus says, I've been to Buffalo many times. The people are dicks and the wings are average. By God, only the hippest of the hip need apply for this kind of thing right here I've got for you. Here they are. The best pop culture Halloween costumes for the year of 20 and 25. Let's find out what the trendy folks will be dialing into come Halloween. More importantly, Smashley's birthday.
Yep.
Let's not let that get away or slip out of everyone's mind or memory. Halloween isn't just Halloween, it's also Smashley's birthday. These are the most popular pop culture costumes for this year. So let's see what the trendy people are doing. And at the same time, let's be reminded just how brutally lost I am when it comes to new things. I read through this list already, and I don't recognize a great majority of it. Josh, remember when I told you that my wife was putting me up against a new mission? She called the mission, I think she called it Operation Welcome to This Century.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I'm failing that mission so far. I am.
Have you improved in any area? Maybe you start with one, maybe music.
No.
You work at a radio station that plays new music.
Right. I haven't.
That hasn't started.
I haven't improved in any possible category that might fall under the canopy of Operation Welcome to This Century. But I will tell you, when we get into this list of the pop culture costumes for this year's Halloween, there'll be one here that where the conversation will come up again. Okay, we're beginning with Leonardo DiCaprio, and his latest movie character, I believe, is a character named Bob Ferguson. The movie is called One Battle After Another. This makes the list of the most popular pop culture Halloween costumes for this year.
So that comes with a plaid robe, a fake rifle, a fake vape, a black beanie, sunglasses.
Really? You're looking at the costume?
Yeah, and also
wow.
It's the article puts together all like links to everything.
Wow. Oh, that's really impressive that they would do that.
I've heard the movie's absolutely fantastic, but if enough people saw it that they would see you on site and be like, oh yeah, Bob Ferguson, one battle after another.
Never
I would
guess.
have no idea.
No,
Right.
You just kind of look like a dude that just woke up and you're armed.
Yeah.
This is a movie that's in theaters.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's been out for a little while. Is it making just truckloads of money already?
I don't think it's making a ton of money, but just people who have seen it say that it's absolutely fantastic.
Word. Here we go again. Just a couple weeks ago, I had never had the opportunity to say this out loud, but now for one reason or another, this is, I believe, the third time this has come up in the last 3 weeks. Also, a very, very popular pop culture Halloween costume for this year is the Labubu doll.
Be careful with that.
Those scare me. Yeah.
You saw South Park,
Yeah.
Ashley. I mean, those dolls lead to some horrible things. If you want to summon the devil, I guess, go ahead and dress up like Labubu.
I won't tell them your name. I love the Labubu dolls. It's also the third time I've made that joke, which probably explains the reaction.
Yeah.
Oasis, the rock band?
Yeah, another one. So they recommend an Adidas zip front track jacket and round sunglasses.
Okay.
I think people are trying too hard if this is really what they're going to dress as. There's not one person that's going to go, Oasis.
Exactly.
Nailed it. Plus, you need two people.
Right.
That is, I am familiar with Oasis, of course. They've been around for 30 years or something along those lines. I'm just surprised that they would be a hot pop culture Halloween costume for this year. So they must have done something significant this year that...
They finally reunited and they're on tour right now.
Oh, okay.
Which I found out that a lot of my friends apparently are huge Oasis fans, and I had no idea. Because they're all posting about traveling to Chicago or New York to see a show. I'm like, I didn't realize they were that big of a deal for you to want to travel and...
Is this are these your American friends?
Yeah.
Okay, because you've got friends in Europe, do you not, for
Yeah, I
soccer
do,
reasons?
definitely. But no, these are all American friends. Like, people I'm like, wow, you like Oasis that much? I had no idea.
I wouldn't go to see Oasis if they were playing in my guest room.
Yeah,
I'd call the cops if they were playing in my backyard. Nobody's complained.
Brad Pitt and his latest movie character, at least as far as I know, a character named Sonny Hayes from a motion picture called F1.
How do you pronounce that if it's not F1?
I don't know. Is it not F1?
No, isn't that? That was Formula something.
Oh, I see. What you're going for is Formula.
That's the one. This is another one where it's unique. You're just going to wear your costume. I mean, I don't know what you call it.
Fire
Your
suit.
fire suit, yeah.
I think people will just look at you and be like, oh, cool, race car driver.
Yeah,
nice.
you a NASCAR guy or F1?
yeah.
What is
Well,
that?
some people are going to look at you and go, oh, cool, Ricky Bobby.
Oh, there you go, too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, next up, pop culture Halloween costumes for this time around this year. A character called Gladys from a television show is my best guess called...
Movie.
Oh, okay. A character called Gladys from a movie called Weapons.
Have you seen that yet, Ashley?
Yes, I have. I absolutely loved it.
It's reviewed very well. I want to see that. Josh Brolin, right? Isn't he the star of that one?
I'm
No?
not good with actors. Sorry.
Josh Brolin, the guy from This Country is Filled with Old Men, or whatever the name of it.
No Country for Old Men.
Right, that's what I said.
This, I would recognize this, but if you haven't seen the movie, I mean,
Would you really?
yeah, absolutely. Just because, like, it was a really good movie. It was very scary too, and Gladys is terrifying.
Well, she has makeup, right? She's got like a painted white face. It's kind of like clown makeup almost.
It's a scary movie, Josh?
Yeah, isn't it a horror comedy, Ashley?
Yeah. I definitely laughed a couple times during it.
All right, well, Gladys is very popular this year. So is Taylor Swift, and they specifically say Taylor Swift. People will be dressing as Taylor Swift in her Life of a Showgirl era.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's a new album that came out last week.
I'd imagine if you're a Taylor Swift fan, you'd probably get that right away. I'm looking at the outfit and hubba hubba, by the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's where this particular list of hip Halloween costumes falls into the conversation we had a couple minutes ago about Operation Welcome to This Century. My wife is, at least a few weeks ago, she said she's going to start teaching me things that happened beyond 1990, right?
Good for you.
She's on this mission, and I'm failing the mission so far. But last night I crawled into the sack, and she said, we are going to watch the first 15 minutes of The Tonight Show, starring
Is that the Fallon one?
Jimmy Fallon. And I said, why? I couldn't possibly care less about any of those shows. And she said, because Taylor Swift is on tonight. And so, I guess if this is a step in the right direction for me personally, in my mission to modernize, last night was the first time I've ever seen Taylor Swift talk on television. So we did watch the first 15 minutes of Taylor Swift and Jimmy Fallon going back and forth, and she seems like a very nice lady.
Yeah, she is. Very sweet person.
Here we go with another hip Halloween costume. The girl group Huntrix.
Huh?
Isn't it from a Netflix show?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't understand the language. Oh, yes. There's a Netflix show called K-Pop Demon Hunters, and a group of girls in the movie called Huntrix. Okay, nothing?
No.
They dressed cute.
Yeah, again, never would pick up on that.
I've heard it's insanely popular, but I just don't have any interest.
Guillermo del Toro, the actor, has a new scary movie coming out here any day called Frankenstein's Monster or something along those lines.
Yeah,
so
looking forward to seeing that.
people will be dressing as the latest Frankenstein character from that movie. You're looking forward to seeing Frankenstein's Monster starring Guillermo del Toro?
Well, not starring, but yeah, supposedly it's...
Oh, he's not starring?
It's getting good reviews so far.
Okay.
I think it's just called Frankenstein.
Oh. I just stick with Young Frankenstein. If I want to watch a Frankenstein
it's
movie,
a classic.
I go back to Young Frankenstein.
Can't go wrong there.
Michael B. Jordan has a movie or something called Sinners, and he plays two characters in the movie.
He does, twin brothers.
That took me so long to figure out.
What? Did you think it was two actors?
Yeah, I was like, okay. It didn't help that my husband, we saw the movie in theaters, and he's sitting there, and he's like, those are the same guy? And I'm like, no, they're not. They can't be the same guy. Like, I wanted him to be wrong, so I'm just watching it the whole. Oh, and finally I was like, yeah, they totally are. You're right.
That's hilarious.
The characters are named Stack and Smoke. Okay, Glinda and Elphaba in something called Wicked.
Oh,
yeah, I would
forgot
assume
that
you were
happened.
being somebody from Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
I guess I wouldn't go straight to Wicked.
Charlie XCX.
She's a pop star.
Okay. These are the hip new Halloween costumes for this year. Charlie XCX. Like it? Don't like it?
Leave it.
Don't know much about her.
Is she a spicy little pickle?
Yeah, absolutely.
Word. Miss Rachel. It's she's described here as your kid's favorite YouTuber, Miss Rachel.
Kids absolutely love her.
What does she do?
I think it's like a learning show. I think it's supposed to be
Oh,
good. I
Is
can't
she the
think
one that's
of
like
what it's called.
she wears overalls?
Yes.
This is like some kind of a learning show.
Yeah, I guess.
Stop learning, Beavis. Silly. I don't know where I'm going with that. All right. I think I've heard Josh. I've heard you talk about a program called The Bear, and this latest popular costume is a character called Carmy, played by Jeremy Allen White. The Bear. Am I mistaken?
No, you're right.
Yeah, that's
I
a cooking
think
show.
If you were running around saying "Thank you, chef," hands, that kind of thing,
Wearing like the white, chef jacket type thing.
or even just his T-shirt and apron.
Yeah.
You know that
Yes.
he wearing that, and you got crazy hair.
You got crazy wild hair, and you're very anxious. You're smoking. You're yelling at people. Yeah, I think people could pick up on that
Yeah,
one
if
pretty
you
easily.
exactly if you have a couple other characters from the show and you're all yelling at each other and talking over each other, and it's very stressful,
Yes.
then I'd get it.
I would love that if I ran into that at a bar. Oh my gosh.
Or at a house party, you're in the kitchen.
Yes.
all 3 or 4 of you are yelling at each other and grabbing pots and pans. Hands, chef, need hands.
It was very easy to do, but I started doing the thank you chef thing and calling everybody chef 5 years after it came out, and that made folks But I mean, very easy to do is annoy people with it.
Yeah.
If I jumped on it right away, it would have been annoying, but not as bad as, hey, we've already gone through that half a decade ago.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome to 2021, Josh.
Exactly.
This is a fun text from Kidney Stone Jesus. Ashley was quite impressed that Michael B. Jordan played 2 different characters in a movie called Sinners. Kidney Stone Jesus texted in to say, Ashley, if you want your little mind blown, try The Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy. I think he plays 7 or 8 different characters in that movie.
I never saw that.
Hercules.
Oh, is that what that's from?
Yeah.
Okay, I've used that GIF before, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's where it was from.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I saw that, many, many years ago. He plays 7 or 8 different characters, and in my personal opinion, he should have stopped at 1.
Adam doesn't piss me off anymore, Jesus said. Back to Miss Rachel, the YouTuber for kids. There's a rumor online that she has her nipples pierced.
Oh, my gosh.
Ooh, scandalous.
Man.
Miss Rachel.
Sabrina Carpenter, anybody?
She's
Pop
another
star.
pop star.
Mm-hmm.
Just a cute little thing. You
Oh.
would probably absolutely love her.
Oh, yeah, she is your type. 100%.
I got to look these people up. And finally, the hippest of the hip, only need apply here, covering all the hot new Halloween costumes for this year. Adam Scott and Britt Lower, those are the actors. The show is called Severance. The characters are Mark and Helly. Sounds like somebody knows them.
Yeah, so I would also never recognize.
Right.
I mean, they just
No.
dress in workplace
Yeah,
attire. But I realized I'm too dumb to understand that show.
It's very complicated.
Oh, even for you, and I know you
for
like
sure.
it. People-
Yeah, I love it, but I have to go back and read episode summaries sometimes. Okay, did I just see what I think I saw? Am I right on this? Because it is a very kind of convoluted and confusing show.
The
I've-
people. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Ash.
I've tried to get into that show multiple times, and I just can't do it.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. I'm glad to have a partner in this because I've never met anyone who watches it and said, it's okay, or I don't like it. Everybody loves it, and I haven't yet understood it. It's such a cool concept, but I think I'm too dumb or slow to understand why this is so beloved.
Yeah,
I can't
same
think of
here.
anything that you are too dumb or too slow for.
Well, Severance, for sure. for sure, Severance.
Here's your shot at winning $1,000 with $5K a day. Text 95819, that's the number. Text to 95819. Text the national keyword paper. Again, the number is 95819. The national keyword is paper. This is your chance to win by damn. We'll text you back to confirm airthin. Data and messaging rates may apply. Don't text and drive like a damn flatliner. 4 more chances for you today on the 5K a day thing. 10 a.m., noon, 2, and 6.
I thought Heart Eyes would be on this list.
Heart Eyes, is
Yeah.
that a band?
It's a new scary movie that came out this year, and it's a really cool mask. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
just got these cool light up heart eyes.
Oh,
It's kind of one of those slasher movies.
It's terrifying. All right, so when we go to commercial, which will be a few minutes away, I am going to have to look up
Sabrina Carpenter?
Charlie XCX and Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. All right.
Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter, you should probably save that for after the show. I think you're going to be distracted the rest of the morning.
She's so short. How can you be that short and have that many curves? How's there enough room for all that?
You think I ought to save it for 9 a.m.?
I mean, you go ahead if you want to. I'm just, for your own sake, I'm thinking it might distract you the
I'm
rest
going to do
of
it
the
right now.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and do it right now.
I think she's the
Carpenter.
If you and I were to put bras on our heads and create the perfect woman, I think this is who you'd create.
All right. Well, sure. Yeah, she's a cute little gal. I'm not having much luck on the images. Oh, I found a video where she's wearing very small jean shorts. Even smaller than the pair that Josh wears when the weather is really hot. Those are some short jean
I like to
shorts.
show off my calves.
She does not look to be a very tall. Okay, I like this video a lot. Did you see these jean shorts?
Is she the one? Does she?
Josh, did you see the jean shorts?
Oh, I'm not looking at what you're looking at.
Well, I know, but have you seen it before?
I've seen jean shorts, but not on her.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Is she the one that always has like something like a kiss tattoo or like lips tattoo or stickers or something like that?
I don't know. I'm just checking
I
out.
thought she had a bit like that.
I'm not sure, but she is known for like when she was on tour. I'm not sure if she's still on tour, but there's like a part in one of her songs where every concert she does like a different sexual position.
Oh.
I think you'd be really into a video of that, Nick.
Oh, is that her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every concert, what do you mean? She does a different sexual...
There's like a part of her song that she kind of twists around for every different concert, tries to make it unique and different for everybody. And
So she sings a song while in the doggy style position.
Yeah,
She sings
or there's
a song.
one where
That's
she's
the one
like-
I saw. Yep.
Yeah, or there's one she's pretending to be a part of an Eiffel Tower.
Oh, maybe that's the one I
I'm
saw.
seeing that photo right now, Ashley.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I didn't realize that was her.
Oh, the guy's got the arms up and everything to complete the effect. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
You guys were right. Now that I haven't even looked up Charlie CTS or whatever the other one was. I looked up Sabrina Carpenter, and you're right. I probably should have saved this for after the show because now all I'm going to want to do is watch her music videos.
Ashley, this makes me feel better, and hopefully it does the same for you. Both of us were saying we haven't been able to get into the very, very popular Apple TV Plus show, Severance. Everybody talks about how great it is. It's reviewed so well, wins all these awards, but Ashley and I just don't understand it. You picked him up, you dropped him, Jesus, said everyone's lying because they don't want to be the guy that doesn't get it. That's it. Maybe that's the over-enthusiasm as they're trying to cover up for the fact that they don't understand it either.
That's how I was with the Matrix movies back in the day. I was like, oh, man, it's just life-changing, man. They're so cool. I totally get it. I understand everything that just happened.
Yeah, but you didn't?
No, God, no. God, no.
Yeah,
I
really
don't
enjoyed
think the
those-
people that made the Matrix movies understood what happened. in the Matrix.
Honestly.
There are sometimes you watch shows where maybe it went past what they originally had projected, and you can tell even the writers are going, I don't know what to do anymore.
Are you talking about Lost?
Lost would be a good example. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where they're just, how do we wrap this thing up?
They kind of wrote themselves into a corner and didn't know how to get out of it.
The ending was so terrible.
It was so dumb, Ashley. It was so dumb.
So much wasted time.
I know.
Must kill for Sabrina Carpenter.
I knew it. I knew that was going to be a bad idea.
I must kill for Sabrina Carpenter.
You're not the only one.
All right, there you go. What day is it today? Tuesday. Later on, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder will be here, and we can get into this and that and everything. What is it now? 1 week away from our trip to Wisconsin, the Border Bash. Another heads up for you. If this is something you've been looking into and you haven't pulled the trigger yet, you better make a telephone call here pretty soon. We'd love to have you join us next week at the Border Bash. Go to 93x.com for all the details. Okay, we'll take a break. We'll come back with the stupid news here in a few minutes.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
Start your day with America in the Morning.
I'm John Trout, your host.
From breaking news.
The U.S. Supreme Court with rulings shifting gears. Apple has released a new iPhone. Here's the Wednesday Business Report. It's far from a seller's market.
To politics and entertainment.
Moving into scary movie season, so why not another Conjuring movie? Shifting gears, Powerball jackpot is now the third largest ever in history.
Live long and prosper.
America in the Morning.
Fresh each day.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-assed Morning Show.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. And bear with me. My coworkers introduced me. A few minutes ago, my coworkers introduced me to a pop star by the name of Sabrina Carpenter. Never saw it before today. And Josh was right. My entire outlook on life has been altered. And the level of focus on my responsibilities for today's program are in serious jeopardy. She's just a little pickle barrel. She is.
4'11".
Sabrina, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez, I'm good.
My
too.
mom's 4'11", and I shouldn't put that out there, but that's
Why would you bring your mom into this conversation?
Well, I know I should never bring her up, but there's not a lot of 4'11" people I know, and she's the only one.
You're on dangerous ground right now.
I understand.
Yeah.
Since you brought her up, Josh, I do need to issue an apology to you in regards to your mother.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
It was a couple weekends ago. I was watching a soccer match. Yeah, soccer's stupid, I know. But a team named Chelsea got a red card, so they were down to 10 men. And the announcer said, we'll see how Chelsea handles 10 men now. And I blurted out loud, nobody around me, not even the dog was awake yet. And I said, Josh's mom could probably give you some advice.
Even you, man.
I know. I felt terrible.
That's awesome, dude.
I was sitting there on the couch all by myself, nobody to impress, nobody to make laugh. And I just blurted that out loud.
Question. So I do enjoy setting those jokes up, obviously. But, I never know if you can go after anybody else's mom, and I don't want to upset anybody. So there's times that I've thrown out a your mom joke at my own mom, and I immediately feel creepy afterwards. Is that okay to do with the understanding I'm not trying to offend somebody else?
You're too nice to dump a mom joke on somebody else, so you dump mom jokes upon yourself?
Yeah. So
you are the straightest laced cat in town.
It's a bit incestuous, which is, gross, but I'm hoping people understand what I'm doing.
I think so, Josh.
Okay.
I think so. You enjoy setting those things up?
It's fun.
I enjoy setting your mom up on the kitchen counter, I'll tell you that. I put her big bottom just boom right up on that kitchen counter.
Simon says that he's going to give my mom a few inches and he'll get her up to 5'3".
Oh, Jesus Christ. Your mother is 4'11".
4'11", yep.
Just like my new girlfriend, Sabrina Carpenter, a real cupcake. I haven't heard her sing yet. I've just been watching videos here with my computer on silent. Ashley told us when you guys introduced me to Sabrina Carpenter 10, 15 minutes ago, Ashley mentioned that she does a lot of dirty moves on stage. She likes to get into sexual positions when she sings her song. A listener texted in and said, Sabrina Carpenter gives the microphone a BJ on stage.
Yep.
My gosh, I had no idea she was that kinky and skanky and gross.
Because her songs suck.
Oh, I wasn't expecting
A
that.
lot of people wouldn't say that.
Does she really do that, or was that just a joke?
Yeah, there's one where that's what she's insinuating.
I wonder if she's ever received any kind of an electrical shock from something like that.
Yeah, I suppose if you
Isn't that
piss off
funny?
a roadie.
Isn't it funny that I went in that direction?
You were
Hope
concerned about
she's
her
safe.
safety?
I'm getting so old now. Instead of just going, "Oh no way, dude," I said something about her. Is she going to be safe doing
Be
that?
careful, honey.
I was thinking in the COVID era, that doesn't seem
Right.
very smart.
All right, here's today's stupid news report, and I think we should cut loose with our text machine. I know we can get that thing cooking with this. 651-989-9393. Finish this sentence. It's real easy. Finish this sentence. One time, I was so high, I blank. One time, I was so high, I blank. 651-989-9393. Tell us what happened.
While we're waiting for those texts to come in, 5 more feet of Fury She's text. It said, your mom is 4'11". That is so short. I rarely get to say this at 5 feet tall. Just please let me have this one. Please, yeah, it's all yours.
There you go.
You're right. You sky over her. Oh, Jesus.
What?
I can't read that one.
I can. Which one?
Oh, go ahead. You want to read that one?
Yeah.
The one that ends with 6936. This person was so high they did that.
Oh, my.
Oh, my God. No. I'm
Go
not
ahead,
reading
Dana.
that. No.
Go ahead, Mr. Big Talker.
Yo, no.
I thought it was something about your mother.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you had a lot of balls 30 seconds ago.
Oh, man.
that takes that's,
One dude.
That's the winner already.
I want to go home and go back to bed after reading that.
Next time, maybe look at it first.
I hope you're lying.
That's the first one I saw. Shame on you.
One dude texted in. We just opened up the text machine. Finish this sentence. One time I was so high I blank. Again, the number is 651-989-9393. One dude claims that he did things with his sister.
And it was graphic.
Mm-hmm. Very specific.
All right. Here's a guy.
I don't like that term.
Me either.
What term?
The term he used.
Dude, I hate that term. Yes.
The term he used as to what he was doing with his sister?
Yes.
You don't like that one, huh? Here's a guy by the name of Cassia. He got so high, he called the cops on himself. And now he's being charged with impaired driving.
Oh.
Up there in northern Ontario, don't you know? This all sounds to me like classic marijuana-induced paranoia. Cassia was a driving higher than a Georgia pine. He called the cops saying that he thought he was being followed by another motor vehicle. Apparently, it never dawned on Cassia that sometimes when you're driving, it's very normal for there to be other vehicles on the roadway with you. Sometimes those vehicles can be traveling behind you. He called the cops and said he believed he was being followed by another vehicle. The cops answered his call. They asked Cassia, who was terribly stoned, they asked him where he was. He didn't know the answer to that question. So the cops went out and found his ass. When they did, the police say that Cassia smelled like a friggin' full-on joint stick. They said he was, quote, showing signs of impairment and paranoid behavior. And hell, this effing Canadian guy, Cassia, was so baked, the cops upped and took him to a hospital where he passed away.
No.
No, I'm kidding. He didn't die. But he's got to go to Canadian court.
I bet they're real friendly at Canadian court.
I bet they are.
I bet they apologize. And I'm sorry you have to go through this hassle of this court process and everything.
Charged with operating a motor vehicle while impaired by a drug. So high, he called the police on his damn self.
Have you guys ever been followed by someone?
I don't have any memory of such a thing.
Oh, you'd probably remember. I was, for some reason, the dude followed me for like 20 miles. Like, I kept noticing him, but like he said, I thought, oh, we're just going the same way. I was leaving. A girlfriend of mine went to college in St. Paul, and I was leaving her house like 2 in the morning. And
Yeah, you were.
I was. And I just robbed it. I knew she'd be asleep. So I left her house and I get off the freeway. And then I'm like, gosh, this guy, he was like in the parking lot with me, and now he's still here. So I just took a turn that wasn't to my house, and he took that turn. And I'm like, okay, that's odd. I must have just picked the wrong one. And I did a couple more, and he was still behind me. So at that point, I'm like, I think this guy's following me. And I have no idea. It wasn't a driving altercation, nothing. And so I ended up seeing a cop, and I just kind of pulled over, and, you know, again, it was 2 in the morning. I'm trying to look as innocent as possible, go up to this cop, who, by the way, had his hand on his gun, which made me a little nervous. Well, actually, I understood.
Yeah, I was going to say, you probably made him a little nervous.
I think I did, yeah. You know, he had a partner, and both of them kind of like, he had his like gun kind of out, sitting on his lap, and I'm like, oh, Jesus. And I said, and I looked back, and the guy was gone. I'm like, well, hey, I feel like a fool now, but there was a guy, I think he was following me, and he's like, do you mean that guy right there parked across the park staring at us? I'm like, yeah.
What?
And I have no idea to this day what happened or why he was following me. And then I asked the cop, I'm like, well, what do I do? He's like, well, go home. We'll go deal with it. So they went over there, and I have no idea what happened after that.
We used to follow people for fun, especially like late at night. Me and my friends. We
Did
would,
you really?
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays you could get shot.
We would see how far we could follow them for, like if were any of us ballsy enough to pull into their driveway after them. We never got that far. Everyone would chicken out, but maybe it was one of those situations.
Oh, man. I don't know. It's just one guy, so maybe, I don't know. That was Very odd.
So you and the cop never figured out who this guy was and
Well,
why
they
he followed
might
you
have.
for 20 miles?
Yeah, they might have figured it out.
He parked across the
It was right
park.
across. I thought, he's gone. He took off. He saw me talking to the cop. He must have just got freaked out. And he's
I
like,
think this
no.
guy wanted to kill you and peel off your skin and then wear your skin as his skin.
Now, that would be an honor.
Some Ed Gein type stuff.
Yeah.
It would be a little bit, I'd be very flattered, but I wouldn't want it to end that way.
I now that you told the story, yeah, there was one time where I was followed. I was riding home. I wasn't driving. I was very drunk. I was riding home with two girls. Don't get any funny ideas. They were just giving me a ride home. And we were being followed quite a distance, probably about the same, Josh, probably about 20 miles. And the driver gal noticed this. She's like, what the hell? Who is this behind us? And they were following pretty closely. Got all the way back to my place, pulled into the driveway. Me and the two gals got out the car, and so did two guys who were in the car following us all this time. And I didn't recognize them until the girls I was riding with said, oh, yeah, we kind of told those guys we'd go home with them earlier in the night.
That's so creepy still.
And so and the two guys got out the car like, what's up? You know, didn't you want to hang out with to the women? These two guys are like, so you didn't want to hang out? And I had to be the one to say, yeah, sorry, dudes. And then what did they do? They roll down their windows as they're driving away. F you, bitches. You know,
yeah.
Good luck with that sissy or whatever, right? You know, because I was the one who actually went. Anyway, do you people, do you peckerheads play the lottery and whatnot?
Yes.
Only maybe 5 times in my entire life.
Personally, never saw it.
Never even once, huh?
No.
Were you ever gifted a ticket for your birthday? I know sometimes that's a popular present.
No.
My mom got me into it
Yeah.
when I was very young. She used to come home with the scratchers, and she would let me do them. The crossword ones, those are the best.
Oh, I've played a few scratch-offs. I guess I thought this was a reference to, like, the big 100 million, 500 million. I've never...
Oh, it probably is, but that's what got me hooked. And now she'll occasionally, when we're on the phone, she'll be like, make sure you buy a Powerball tonight.
Yeah. The closest I've ever come to playing the lottery is when Grandpa lets me hold the remote after we watch the Powerball. But I've never once gone ahead with entering that big fat-ass lottery we hear about now and again where it's 600 million and whatnot. Take this as a warning, I guess. A friggin' forklift driver won $1 million by way of some type of lottery, and the bastard ended up in the hospital damn near dead from partying his balls off.
You guys always say, meaning Nick and Ashley, that's what would happen to you.
Yeah.
That if you won the lottery, it'd probably be bad. And, you know, you hear so many of these stories, right, where it ruined someone's life somehow. You would think that would never happen.
Right.
I only know one person that had won the lottery, a friend of mine's boss. And you know how everyone's like, I'm going to keep my job. It's not going to change me whatsoever if I win the lottery. He did. He kept his job, and he was a manager of a music store and worked there until he was old enough to retire. And he won, I wish I could remember, but it was like tens of millions of dollars. It was crazy.
What a sucker.
He's just that type of guy. And, you know, even my friend who's close friends with him had said, I mean, there's no way he won all this money. Why would he ever work there? But he kept going. He just loved his job.
I would quit so fast it would make your friggin' head spin right off of your frame.
Yep.
You know, we hear conversations similar to this about retirement. You know, when you retire. Some folks say, oh, I'll always stay busy or I'll get a part-time job. Some of them hold true to that. Others don't. I'll give you one example real quick. My bro Lanahan has now retired at 52 years old, 53, whatever he is now. Right. He's officially retired. He did it right. Kept an eye on his bottom line, made the right moves along the way. Some bitch is retired. But you know what? He still gets up every morning so he can be the first one at the gym at 4 a.m.
Jeez.
What is he doing?
Wouldn't you want to get a job, though, like work at Best Buy or Home Depot or, mow lawns or be a
Right now, Josh, when you ask me right now, while still a member of the workforce or whatever you want to call it, right now I say yes. But when I have that opportunity, I may think completely differently about it and say, F this, I'm sleeping till 1 o'clock in the afternoon every day until I friggin' die. Happy. I don't know. I think you have to be there before you can figure it out.
I want to just save enough where I can buy a race car and just go race around the country. That'd be kind of fun.
A race car.
Yeah.
So here's a guy, again, forklift driver. Word is he's lucky to be alive. He won $1 million in the lottery and just blew the damn doors off when they handed him all that monies. He quit his job. He told 6-8 people to kiss his big fat ass, and he took to partying.
Would anyone here do that? Have a list of people they were going to make sure to tell to F off?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
I don't think
Do you really?
100%.
I mean, again, I the idea sounds appealing. When the moment comes, or if it comes, retirement or winning the lottery, will I go through with it? I don't know. Ashley, you're fairly sure you're going to tell some people to get effed?
Yeah. Some
I don't
people
see
that
you
I've...
needing a big nest egg to do that, though.
Exactly,
yeah,
Josh.
Exactly. That would be so much fun because I wouldn't have to worry about keeping this job anymore. So I would just go in on some people.
Well, Crocs with Socks Jesus, he said that just similar to what you brought up, that, you know, you have FU money so you could still work there, and the boss says, hey, I need you to do this. And you say, no, I'm not going to do that.
I need you to stay late today. No, you don't.
No, I'm not doing that either.
So like Josh was saying, we joke around a lot about how we'd end up dead if any of us ever won that money. Here's a real-life story along those lines. Oh, I missed this the first time around. Dude is a British forklift driver, so soft as baby turds compared to an American forklift driver. But that's not the point. 39-year-old, he goes by the name of Adam. He turned into a millionaire overnight. He went from having 17 little English dollars in his bank account to having over 1.3 million after he won a scratch-off lottery back in July. By September, he's in the back of an ambulance with blood clots in his lungs. He said he'd been drinking and smoking and banging everything with a pulse,
You know, and he's not-
24/7.
He's not like a super young guy. At 39, you think, oh, he's probably going to be safe at 39 years old. But no, he just went for it.
I wouldn't have been safe at 39.
You don't think so?
Absolutely not. That was when I was I was in my most disgusting mode in my 30s, between 30 and 40.
See, for me, it was between about 27 and 30.
He said he was burning the candle at both ends. He said the lottery allowed him to live a life he's never dreamed of, but he went the wrong way about it. A blood clot in his leg spread to his lungs. He couldn't walk. He couldn't breathe. Next thing he knows, he's laid out in a hospital for 8 days while doctors tried to save his filthy rich carcass from death. He said this trip to the hospital has been a kick in the ass and a wake-up call and all that. He says he is now focused on recovery for the next 6 to 9 months. I mean, my damn, did he get after it or what?
Kind of want a rundown of everything he did.
It's going to take him 6 to 9 months to dry up. And he says he's hoping to dial it back a little bit from here on out. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see a calendar of events that he's gone through.
A timeline, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm 39, or excuse me, I'm 40. This guy who partied his ass off after winning the lottery is 39. And I can tell you that my full body is still sore from standing around tailgate lots 2 days ago. So this guy must have really, really got after it.
Yeah, it sounds like whatever he did was the exact wrong thing to do. Now, I know I'm playing with danger bringing up my mom again, but she retired. And then 2 weeks later, I talked to her, and she's like, hey, I got a job. And she went back and she was working part-time at the job she just retired from.
Yeah,
No.
some folks can't let it go. Some folks can't let it go at all. It's a thing.
I don't think I'd have an issue sitting at home all day.
Well, yeah, so, I mean,
I don't think I will either, but again, wait till you get there. Maybe you'll have a different mindset.
now I know you were busy. You had a new baby to take care of, but we did kind of wonder, after 6 weeks of being gone, if you'd ever come back here. If you just realized, no, what was I doing? Getting up early and going in there all those years.
I didn't have a choice. Josh.
Had you a choice, do you think you'd be here?
Yeah, I would be here.
You would, honestly?
Yeah, 100%.
I know it did seem you were genuine when you mentioned you missed it. You
Yeah,
wanted to come in.
And it's weird when you're like in that just like baby mode for that long. You want to talk to adults. You want to be able to, have a conversation with somebody that can talk back to you, that
oh my
kind
gosh.
of stuff.
Thank you. You consider this talking to adults?
Yeah.
I didn't know you felt that way.
I might have felt differently if I had a different job, but this one's so much fun.
So if your latest husband comes home from work today and says, look, I got a big bump in pay, you don't have to work, you would still come in here?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. If my wife comes home today...
Makes you a stay-at-home husband?
Yeah, I wouldn't come back. If she said, we can afford it, I'm making all the money, you just sit here, I'd say, tell me where to sit. And I won't leave that spot until you give me another order. These fools will get you good and drunk. By God, they've got the means way over there in Washington State. Thieves stole $1 million worth of whiskey from a distillery. They made off with 12,000 bottles.
Whoa. That's your drink, isn't it, Ashley, or am I mistaken?
Yes, sir.
12,000 bottles. And that turned out to be half of the entire stock in this particular distillery. This really blows for those folks. They're not a big joint. The bitch-ass thieves stole half the hooch they had in the warehouse, which, according to the story, some of that booze, it took them more than a decade to make.
Got to age it.
It takes a damn decade to make a batch of whiskey?
Hey,
Some of it.
what do you go for, Ashley?
Jameson.
So, sorry, do you go for, it's been sitting around for this long? Or
No, I don't care.
You don't care?
Nope.
Can you tell the difference? Like, if I gave you a 30-year-old scotch or something, would you be able to tell the difference?
Honestly, I think the really nice whiskey that I've had that, has been aged forever, I think it tastes worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, if somebody told me this is a $1,000 bottle of wine versus the stuff we got at church, I don't know that I'd be able to tell you much of a difference.
I've noticed with wine, I can definitely tell the difference.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. And then the crappy thing about drinking, aged whiskey or expensive whiskey is that people give you crap if you don't drink it straight. Oh my gosh, they get uppity.
Oh, really?
And you got to like swirl it around your glass and sniff it and act like you're detecting different notes of oak. And,
You got to look for legs, I've been
It's
told.
like, dude, just hand me some Coca-Cola. Not a big deal.
put some ice in it.
Yeah.
So the pissbag thieves that made off with half of all the liquor, or all the whiskey, I should say. Well, I think this is all they make, this particular distillery. This is all they make is whiskey. Thieves stole half of everything that they'd ever made. They might have to go ahead and drink all that hooch. It says here reselling the bottles will be very difficult because the bottles are rare and recognizable. But $1 million worth, $1 million worth, 12,000 bottles. One of the folks at the distillery said, if somebody tries to offer you a case of our whiskey, call the cops.
That's too bad.
What a nightmare.
They're waiting 10 years for this.
Jesus.
Can't just quickly replace that, obviously.
All right, we're back in Canada now, and we're sticking with shady-ass crooks. We got our own problems here in the States. Here's what they're up against there in Canada, Guy. It says here there's been a lot of talk about supply chains in recent years, and now criminals are forgetting about stealing from actual stores. They attack those supply chains directly. For example, in Windsor, Ontario, there have been 4 tractor trailers stolen in the last 4 months, and the limp dick thieves usually target expensive things like, it says here, whiskey and beef. But these last 4 tractor trailers that have been stolen have been filled with salsa. Or as my dad would accidentally call it back in the day, seltzer. I remember feeling a great amount of confusion one night 40 years ago when my dad said, "Hey, if you're hungry, I bought some chips and seltzer." He meant to say salsa. $35,000 worth of salsa has been snatched. The truck was later abandoned, but the trailer and salsa are still missing. It's unclear if this was a crime of opportunity, or they were hoping the trailer had something more valuable inside, or maybe the thieves just lust after and value tomatoes, onions, peppers, and garlic, or whatever garbage is typically used in salsa.
Yeah, unless you own like a food truck or a restaurant or something, I doubt people are going to buy any stolen salsa.
Guy comes up
Any
here at the
food
gas
products.
station. Hey, do you want to come check out my trunk? I got some primo salsa.
I'm feeling an Albert and Costello bit about hot salsa. I'll take the mild hot salsa, hot meaning stolen in this case. We can go on forever. Probably win an Emmy.
Oh, my God. It says here, salsa seems like a difficult product to offload for cash. Yeah. Especially when the cops in this neighborhood will be looking for a lot of stolen salsa.
You do wonder if, when they steal these trucks thinking they're TVs in the back and then all of a sudden realize, no, it's just salsa. I mean, that's one of those things where you see that and go, God, I hope there's at least some fentanyl in here or something to make it worth our while.
The police are asking for the public's help. They have no clue what buttlord would up and steal something so effing dumb. It kind of reminds me of when we were in high school and we were sneak thieves at beer parties. And we'd, when no one's looking, crack open the liquor cabinet at whatever house we were partying at and just grab bottles and run. You didn't have time to be selective. So once we'd get back to the car and everyone's showing off their take from our latest little beer party robbery, you would be hoping there was something good in there. Oh, for Christ's sake, cream de menthe, something like that. Uh-huh. Or, I don't know anything. I know nothing about booze.
Sounds like you just raided my grandma's liquor cabinet.
You're hoping for something like Jack Daniels or,
Oh, more Baileys.
Right.
Wonderful.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that always sucked. You grab a bottle. Friggin' Baileys. I don't even know what to do with this. All right, before we go, this would make most of us would spoil our shorts on this one. A dude in Colorado by the name of Jimmy Boyd. He went off to the cute little Denver airport that they got out that way. He dropped off his wife at the airport. His old lady was headed off for a week or so, going on a trip to Germany. Lucky guy, this Jimmy. Wife leaving for a week or so. His luck ran out, though, pretty much right away. Says here he spent a grand total of 27 minutes in the parking garage dropping off the wife. The typical charge for something like that is $7. But as he went through the gate on his way out, he was charged $19,824 for that 27 minutes in the airport parking garage.
After dropping off my wife, went through the parking gates as usual. It shows I entered the west garage on October the 2nd. As the gate was opening, I heard the Chase Bank notification that $19,824 had been charged to Denver parking. Something alerted the system to the fact that I had arrived on June the 6th, and they were charging me for that entire time.
That's Jimmy.
I think I'd panic, especially if I used like a debit card. Oh. Well, I mean, the joke would be on them. There's not $19,000 in my checking account.
Yeah, right. I would be trapped in that parking garage.
Yeah, that would be declined immediately.
Damn near 20 grand was charged to this poor sumbitch instead of the regular $7 for spending a short amount of time in the airport parking garage. Something's gone sideways with the parking garage machine. As you heard Jimmy say, the machine made like he had been parked there for 4 months. It charged him for 169,000 minutes instead of just 27. And he's not the only one who's being effed. The Denver airport has acknowledged that they have an issue.
Have you guys ever had some sort of issue like that?
No, thankfully not.
I had a purchase at a retailer where it rang up 4 times somehow.
Oh, I've had that a couple times.
You
Yeah.
have? Yeah, luckily it was on a credit card, and my credit card actually just alerted me saying, hey, this doesn't seem right.
Right. It looks like you got double charge, or in
Yeah.
your case, quadruple.
So I'm not sure exactly how it happened, but the person rang it up or there was some sort of weird glitch.
Have you guys ever been behind somebody that thinks they're getting charged multiple times? Like, say their card doesn't work the first time, so then they have to do it again. They did something wrong, so they have to do it a third time, and they're sitting there giving the cashier a hard time. Like, this
No.
better not charge me twice or 3 times.
I've seen it on video.
Gosh, that infuriates me for some reason.
Oh, so you've seen it more than once?
I'm like, it's fine. You're not getting charged. Just go.
Many times I've been the individual who can't figure out how to do the card machine, but I don't give anyone a hard time other than myself. You know, I'm the one who doesn't know.
I bet.
I
dude.
still don't understand where you turn the card over.
The tap to pay?
I don't know what's going on. I always have to hand my card to whoever's behind the counter and have them do it for me. I don't.
Just look at him with puppy dog eyes. Help.
Yeah, I don't understand which side of the card and this and that.
By the
Anyway,
way, I've been alerted that I mistakenly said Albert and Costello when I meant, of course, Abbott and Costello. But because I'm embarrassed, I'm going to pretend there is an Albert and Costello. They're just not as
well,
famous.
I watched the show. It was Fat Albert and Costello.
Oh, you're
yeah,
right.
Yeah, they were
Hey,
very fun.
hey,
right.
you would say.
Right.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Now Lawrence goes down, has to get up, breaks a tackle, touchdown Jacksonville! He was able to score. Oh, man. One of the more exciting one-yard touchdown runs you'll ever see. There's no kidding about that.
That was friggin' hilarious. I was lucky enough to catch the ass end of that ball game last night, the Jacksonville Jaguars playing the Kansas City Chiefs. You know I'm a happy guy when the Chiefs lose, especially when they lose miserably like they did last night. Joey Lawrence, whatever the quarterback's name is for the Jaguars, on the winning touchdown, he takes the snap. His offensive lineman steps on his foot for him. He falls down. And he peels his carcass back up and scores the friggin' game-winning touchdown. That was a riot.
Yeah, that looked
beautiful
like
thing.
trouble for him, but obviously it wasn't.
Oh, man, that was good.
On 93x.com, you can see a video of a Chiefs defenseman by the name of Chris Jones.
Sure.
And he's getting ripped on for his effort. You got to watch it. His effort is absolutely zero. He made as much effort as you or I would watching the show.
On that
watching the
particular
game.
play?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a big deal, that Chris Jones.
I know. That's why I think he's getting, as they call it online, flamed for that.
I've never heard that before. We got more on the Mark Sanchez nightmare coming up in about a half hour. Greatest sports story easily in the last 20 years.
Yeah, just gets better and
Since
better.
the bang boat. I mean, yesterday was the anniversary of the bang boat, and I said about the Sanchez story, I haven't been this interested in a sports story in 20 years. And my reference there is the bang boat. We got more on Mark friggin' Sanchez. Last night's baseball games, your winners were the, how do you call them again, the Dodgers and the Brewers. More games tonight. The American League games will be played tonight. A couple of subjects we've dangled back and forth with so far this morning. One of them being playing the lottery. Playing the lottery. Whether it be the big Powerball or scratch-offs. Here's a listener. Well, who's had any decent amount of luck with lottery games?
I've only won my money back, meaning like $4 or something. I've never won anything more than that. So I consider that a win.
I won $175 once. That
Oh,
was pretty
awesome.
cool.
Nice.
That is very cool.
One of our listeners says, hey, not everybody's lucky. He said, I was working at a gas station once. I scratched off a whole roll of tickets. Didn't win anything.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You got to do something to pass the time when you're behind the counter.
Scratched off the whole roll. Didn't win anything.
I almost saw a riot once at a gas station by my house. It was coming up to the wire on Powerball. It was a huge number, whatever. It was a real big one, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And there was a lady there who just couldn't make up her mind, and she was buying a ton of them. And there was a big line of people that started. And
Nobody
people,
likes that.
Oh, people were yelling at her because they had minutes to get in. Just minutes.
The deadline was approaching.
Even the person working the counter's like, ma'am, you can't sit here and fill this out. You can't keep doing this.
Did they kick her ass?
Well, no, but she was the last one that got it. And there's probably took her 7 minutes or more.
Oh, so
I'd
painful.
be livid, actually.
Oh, I mean, I'm telling you, Ashley, I thought she was dead. I thought for sure people were going to kill her.
We also talked about thievery earlier, breaking into this and that. Specifically, we were talking about folks who snatch tractor trailers or break into the back of a tractor trailer and steal what's on the inside. North Medic Jesus texted to say one of his buddies was drunk, saw the back of a truck unlocked, opened it up, and saw what he thought were boxes of Crown Royal or Royal Crown?
Yeah, Crown Royal.
Crown Royal. Okay. Took all of it. And when the guy sobered up, he realized he actually stole big boxes of pasta.
I do love pasta, but I'd imagine that'd be a disappointment.
Yeah, not quite as expensive.
We were curious, as people were, somebody stole $35,000 worth of salsa, and we're thinking, how are you going to make any money on that? Someone brought up that it's amazing how much this happens. Apparently, people will steal these things, whatever it is, and then hold the company ransom, basically.
Oh.
Hey, you want your $35,000 in salsa back? Pay us whatever this is. Instead of, you hear that about...
And that actually works?
I don't know. This person claimed that it does in some cases. I'd imagine... if it's out there, probably it's not going to work anymore, but we talked about that $1 million stolen from a distillery, $1 million in product.
Jesus.
Maybe they would have given some money.
Hey,
to
man,
make it.
You want that salsa back? I can't imagine. If I were the boss, I would just hang up. No, keep it, derelict.
It's probably gone bad by now.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to take a break. Josh's News is coming up next.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
We are the musers on the pod so far. We've discussed people we love.
I didn't tell you guys. Cuban emailed.
What are you wearing?
Well, no, that's not.
Things we love.
Got way into typewriters.
How many typewriters do you own?
Let's not podcast anymore.
Just guesstimate.
It's time to get really down and dirty.
These are great ideas. Start a podcast and then forget to promote it on social media.
So,
what is our podcast about? Yeah, whatever we feel like.
The Musers, the podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
93X Half-assed Morning Show.
I wouldn't have sex with you if I was starving and your wiener was a ham sandwich.
93X rocks. Nothing like this has ever happened since I've lived here. Somebody pointed out that there was blood on the ground, and I was a little concerned because I didn't realize that was there, and I had just walked over it.
It was a quiet Friday afternoon in Everett, Washington, until the stillness was broken by an altercation which turned violent. A U.S. Postal Service worker took an unsolicited priority package of hot lead to the face, shot by a rival delivery driver.
Callers reporting an individual was shot. Should be in the mailroom location.
Is the delivery driver rivalry reached a point now where they're shooting each other?
I didn't even know there was one until at least this one particular case. Oh, you're aware of this?
Yes.
How do you know about the delivery driver rivalries?
My mom works for FedEx Ground.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah.
It's like 90s East Coast, West Coast rap battle.
She's crapped on UPS ever since I've been a kid.
Has she really?
Yeah.
I worked there for a very short amount of time. Does she have a problem with me or...
Oh, she probably does.
She does?
Yeah. She'll give you a FedEx sweatshirt. Switch you.
Is she aware of her direct rival, like an individual?
No, she's not.
Okay.
Somebody with her position at UPS?
No.
Does she go to work?
For her.
Does she go to work with a throwing star in her pocket or some nunchucks or anything to defend herself?
Oh, of course.
What does she have?
Her permit to carry.
What does she have to say about DHL? Is she good with them?
I haven't heard much about that.
That's good. So she's all right with at least some of them.
I was unaware of all this.
Me too. The confrontation unfolded at an apartment complex where neighbors say the shooter was an Amazon driver.
The Amazon worker might be the shooter. It's just like, man.
Amazon walked in and I guess there was a scuffle and he pulled out a gun and shot him in the face.
That guy's just defeated.
That's horrible.
USPS workers don't let people into the area when they've got the mailboxes open, a neighbor explained. I didn't know that. The Amazon driver didn't like it. They got into an argument, which escalated to a shoving match, which escalated to the Amazon driver shooting the USPS guy in the eye. Then he sat there calmly and waited for the cops to show up and claimed self-defense.
It is pretty shocking, this level of violence to this extent of somebody actually pulling a gun and, shooting a carrier in the face. It's pretty extreme, and it's very, very rare for us.
That's really sick.
I would hope so. The mail carrier was hand-delivered to a local hospital while the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, along with the FBI, investigate that case.
I mean, how's his face?
I'd imagine he's not going to win a modeling contract, but thankfully he survived. He was getting shot in the eye.
Oh.
Gosh, in the face.
It was directly in the eyeball.
Yeah, got him in the... Well, according to one of the witnesses.
Come on.
Here's your U.S. Postal Service fun fact for the day.
Been waiting for this.
Technically, it's illegal to mail used underwear to a pervert who bought them from you. Federal law bans, quote, mailing indecent and filthy substances. If you choose to ignore this and pack your panties in a parcel, you could get up to 5 years in prison.
Oh, wow.
5 years. Typical best man responsibilities include masterminding the bachelor party.
Oh, sure.
Guarding the rings like they're nuclear codes. Delivering a heartfelt and hopefully sober inside joke-free toast at the reception. And launching a valiant attempt, of course, at hooking up the maid of honor. But one South St. Paul man tacked armed enforcer onto that list and now faces criminal charges after a Maplewood wedding last month. Over the weekend, new details emerged about a case we reported last week involving a 33-year-old accused of shooting an uninvited wedding guest in both legs after the guest argued with the groom.
Shot a guy in the legs.
According to a criminal complaint, police first responded to the shooting just after 5:30 p.m. at Keller Lake Regional Park. The injured man was found bleeding from gunshots to both legs. Bystanders used belts to fashion tourniquets to staunch the bleeding. After receiving aid from officers on the scene, medics rushed him to Regions. Witnesses told officers the shooter was the best man, last seen jumping into an SUV and calling for a woman and 3 kids to get in before driving away.
We got to go.
Police spoke with a groom who said the injured man showed up without an invitation, approached him, and acted aggressive because he was upset the groom didn't attend a funeral. The groom said the injured man shoved him, and the next thing he heard was a gunshot, though he claimed not to have seen who fired it. The wedding photographer told police he saw the best man get involved in the argument between the groom and the injured man. He recalled seeing the best man shove the injured man and hearing 2 gunshots before the injured man fell and the shooter ran away. At the hospital, the injured man said he was at the wedding to pick up his wife and kids and chose to confront the groom about not attending a funeral or including his kids in the wedding. The injured man claims the groom shoved him, but he didn't respond. He said the best man at that point pulled a gun and said, "We aren't playing that S," before shooting him, proving that he wasn't going to play that S. The suspect faces charges of first and second degree assault. As of Friday afternoon, he remained in custody.
That's an aggressive response.
I've been married twice, had the same best man both times. Didn't shoot a single person to defend my honor. I'm going to have to switch it up for wedding number 3.
Did you have any uninvited guests?
No.
Yeah. Did we count since we were a last-minute addition after cancellations from other people? True story? No comment on that one?
No comment.
A Texas woman is trading Target runs for prison bunks after what began as a parking lot dust-up and then ended with a law and disorder showdown. It began in a store parking lot where officers responded to a disturbance. A witness told police they dealt with a 35-year-old before and had always found her intimidating. More menacing than motherly, one might say, despite the fact her 2 young children were with her. Their presence didn't soften the situation or help keep her calm, however. When officers asked her for identification, she said no. As they pressed further, they said they caught the smell of marijuana coming from her vehicle.
Oh, here we go.
And at that point, they decided to detain her, which is when the Texas woman went Florida man. She grew aggressive, shoving an officer after a brief struggle broke out. She was eventually forced to the ground, but not before she tried swinging at him and managed to kick him in the head. Impressive. But fists weren't her only weapons. Her mouth was just as busy. In the heat of the struggle, she hurled threats and taunts.
She also attempted to hit the officer and kicked him in the head. Casucci told the officer on scene, "Catch me on the streets without that badge," and she added, "You'd be eating dirt soon."
Oh, man, that is menacing.
She's talking a big game.
Yeah.
She also said he was, quote, going down for this. But in the end, she took the worst of the encounter. Despite her courtroom claims the altercation was unintentional, the jury wasn't buying it. Texas law gave her a range of 2 to 20 years. The judge, apparently splitting the difference, settled on about 5. After being dumped, a Florida woman decided to dump something back. Between 75 and 100 red-soaked tampons scattered across her ex-boyfriend's lawn.
Wait a minute.
The homeowner's new girlfriend, who was living with him at the time, flagged down deputies to report the bizarre incident.
Like for real red-soaked?
Well, it depends. I mean, so far it's yet to be determined.
Okay.
But the woman does explain it as best she can. By the next morning, the couple walked outside to find the lawn carpet bombed with an arsenal of crimson cotton grenades, cops noting that they were stained red, as if they were possibly used.
Mm-hmm.
Surveillance video from the night before added more detail. A dark-colored pickup truck was seen creeping down the street, pausing as if waiting for traffic to clear. A woman climbed out of the back of the truck and began throwing handfuls of tampons into the yard before hopping back in. When deputies asked the couple who they thought would have launched the menstrual munitions, both immediately suspected 31-year-old Gabriel Franzi, a firefighter with Orange County Fire Rescue. They believe she was lashing out because her ex had moved in with someone new.
Sure.
The suspicion seemed to fit. Franzi owned a pickup truck similar to the one in the video, and police noted that her truck also carried dog kennels, which appeared to be covered during the incident. License plate readers confirmed the vehicle was in the area at the time. Investigators soon showed up at her house. At first, she claimed she didn't even know where her former boyfriend lived, but when confronted with the evidence, her story shifted. She admitted to being involved, though she insisted it wasn't entirely her idea. According to her, the plan was cooked up with her mom and aunt, who were visiting from out of state.
Oh, yeah, why not throw them under the bus, too?
She told deputies the three of them purchased a heavy flow of tampons, painted them red to look used, and then drove over to her ex's house to scatter them in the yard.
What the hell is the matter with you? That's the idea that 3 grown women came up with.
Yeah. Hey, they didn't say if alcohol was involved. Deputies arrested her shortly afterwards. For now, she's been placed on paid leave while the Orange County Fire Rescue conducts their own investigation. Coincidentally, today is World Cotton Day.
Oh.
I hope you celebrate appropriately. And Prime Day.
Do you think, Ashley, you'd have any accuracy or distance if attempting to throw a used tampon?
Yeah, used, definitely. Unused, no.
Is it the weight difference?
Yep.
A skydiving trip in Tennessee turned tragic.
Like, you think you could hit Josh between the eyes from where you're sitting right now?
Oh, definitely.
I'd like to try that.
I'll let you know when it comes back.
Oh, yeah, you're probably a little ways out, aren't you?
Yeah.
A skydiving trip in Tennessee turned tragic over the weekend.
Skydiving?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd never do that.
Me neither. What began as a tandem jump ended with a heartbreaking accident in midair. An instructor fell to his death when he separated from a student. That student ended up stranded in a tree. Emergency crews in Nashville rushed to the scene on Saturday after reports of a parachutist tangled high above the ground, nearly 3 miles from the intended landing site. Shoot. The Nashville Fire Department later confirmed the student skydiver landed about 50 feet up, suspended in the branches. Police say 2 men, a 35-year-old instructor and a student, had leapt from the plane, harnessed together, but a malfunction caused them to separate.
There's always a malfunction.
The instructor plummeted fatally to the ground while his student remained caught aloft in the treetops.
He was suspended in the tree several feet in the air, and he was hanging on still by the parachute that was connected to a harness and equipment as well.
For hours, the man hung trapped in his gear. When rescuers finally reached him, that is, they described the effort as a high-angle rescue response since he was deeply entangled. A member of the fire department freed him from one of the harnesses and guided him down with the help of a pulley system and ladder. The man was conscious, alert, and in stable condition. Shaken, as you can imagine, the novice jumper reportedly had something to say to onlookers.
He was talking while he was up there. He said it was his first and last jump.
I'd imagine he's going to retire after that. Authorities say the investigation is ongoing. The skydive company is fully cooperating as officials work to understand exactly what went wrong.
Skydivers getting stuck in trees is more common than you think. It actually happened to my Uncle Jesse on his wedding day before he married my Aunt Rebecca.
Is this a Full House reference?
Damn right it is.
Oh.
Why would you make a Full House reference?
I thought we liked John Stamos in this program.
We do. He's one of my all-time favorite drummers. Speaking of all-time favorite drummers, 5 years after Neil Peart, the philosopher-poet behind the Kit, took his final bow to cancer, Canadian prog rock juggernaut Rush is revving back into gear. Founding duo Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson announced yesterday they'll be dusting off the double necks for a 12-date, 7-city trek next summer.
The more we played our old songs for fun, the more fun it became.
Yes, exactly. I love playing them. I just love playing our songs again.
And so that's put us in this terrible situation where we have to announce that we've made a decision to go back on tour.
It's been over 10 years since Alex and I have performed the music of Rush alongside our fallen bandmate and friend Neil. A lifetime's worth of songs we put our cumulative hearts and souls into writing, recording, and playing together on stage, Lee said.
My God, I love those guys.
Me too. You should watch the video of the announcement. It's adorable, as it is awesome.
They are the two best friends in the history of rock music. They are.
Sliding into the impossibly large drum throne is a German composer and producer who's previously toured with Jeff Beck.
But the biggest question is, the obvious question is, how do we replace someone who's irreplaceable? And I had heard my bass tech, and he had been working with this drummer named Annika Niles. And it was only once we had those successful rehearsal sessions with her that made me feel like, yes, we can do this and we can do justice to this. And this is going to be fun.
They're also hoping to add more musicians into the fold for those performances. Chicago is the closest I've seen that they're going to come so far.
Geniuses, both of them.
Yeah, definitely. Another one of those bands that just puts on a clinic. It's you're learning music when you go to one of those shows.
I mean, the sumbitches met in junior high.
Yeah, it's awesome they've stayed together for so long. Streaming today on Paramount Plus, the debut of Ozzy Osbourne, No Escape from Now. The documentary takes viewers deep inside the rock icon's 6-year battle with Parkinson's disease, capturing both the challenges of his health struggles and his determination to return to the stage a final time. Alongside Ozzy's trademark humor, the film features interviews with Tony Iommi, Zakk Wylde, Tom Morello, Billy Corgan, and James Hetfield, and it stands as one of the last projects Osbourne worked on before his death at the age of 76.
Sounds damn interesting.
Yeah, I watched some of it yesterday. It came out last night, actually. They released it a little early, and very good.
I wonder what will make me cry harder, this Ozzy Osbourne documentary, or if I get a chance to see Rush this summer,
Just for different reasons.
This winter, whenever the hell they're going on tour.
Ozzy's memoir, Last Rites, is being released today as well, and a concert film called Back to the Beginning is expected next year. Over on Netflix, a chilling 5-part docuseries called True Haunting, produced by James Wan, best known for The Conjuring. The show combines eyewitness accounts and dramatic reenactments to bring 2 paranormal cases to life.
You buying it?
I'm into it.
Look pretty cheesy.
Heck yeah.
It does look kind of cheesy. I'm going to agree with that. Though it could be good. Through immersive storytelling and firsthand testimony, the True Haunting series is said to explore what it feels like to live through events that defy explanation. Dodgers outfielder who wants to do a duet with Morgan Wallen, Mookie Betts, 33 today.
Morgan Wallen?
He wants to get together and sing a little country music.
Oh, I'm not familiar with Morgan Wallen.
I listen to him. He's pretty good.
But I'll tell you what, that is one hell of a perfect country music stage name.
Morgan Wallen? That's pretty good.
I'm just going to guess that is not that individual's real name. You know how you always tailor your name to your brand of music?
Yeah.
Right. I'm just taking a guess.
Drunk Uncle Firefighter Jesus is going in for an MRI today. Best of luck with those results.
It's his real name.
Is it?
Yeah.
F
and
me.
Morgan Cole Whalen. I feel like that's even more country.
Yeah, his parents knew that they wanted a country star.
Yeah, that's just too perfect.
Good morning to Bank Examining Jesus, checking in from Munich this morning. Happy birthday to Wisconsin Railroad Jesus. Congratulations on 25 years of marriage. A young lady texted in and said a shout out from IROC from Lemon Drop. And she's appreciating him for putting up with her for 25 years. Happy birthday to Miss Yu Jesus, who listens every day from North Carolina. We sure appreciate that. And that's 93X News.
Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder on the Half-Ass Morning Show.
we have added more serious charges against Mr. Sanchez, a felony charge, a level 5 felony of battery involving serious bodily injury, which contains a penalty of 1 to 6 years. Once we were provided with additional information about the victim's current medical condition, it became clear to us that additional charges needed to be filed.
I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care where you live. If you come into our city, commit violence, we will use all the tools at our disposal to hold you accountable. Now, we're lucky that no one's dead right now.
Good morning to Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Here's a question that a listener
I
texted
hear
in.
Brad. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yay!
And I don't hear an echo for the first time in 2.5 weeks.
We got it figured
Look
out.
at that.
Finally.
Randy, I'm not going to talk over you, at least not on purpose anymore.
Here's a question texted in from a listener. Interesting question.
Okay.
When Mark Sanchez goes to prison, will his 4 years playing for the New York Jets count as time served?
That's brilliant.
Yeah, that's. I think that has to be a consideration. Man.
I'm calling it the greatest sports story of the last 20 years, not since the Bang Boat. Has there been such a wonderful, dynamite, hilarious, horrible, terrible, everything all in one? This is the most interesting sports story of the last 20 years.
I read an article yesterday saying it might get worse for Sanchez. If they charge him with elder abuse on top of everything else, he might be in jail for a very long time. I mean, I know he has access to resources us normal guys don't have, but it sounds like he might be in some serious, serious trouble.
Randy Shaver,
even with a rich lawyer.
Randy Shaver, have you ever at least just drawn up the paperwork and thought about charging us with elder abuse from you?
There are many mornings when I turn off my sound system here, I start to write out to my lawyer, "This was the worst day on the radio," but then I stop and
it'll get worse.
Catch my breath.
Well, then you can just save it for another day.
Yeah, you got to document it. Good call. Smart man.
Oh,
There's more information on this Mark Sanchez nightmare. The 69-year-old truck driver who had to stab Mark Sanchez the other night, as you heard that gentleman explain in Josh's intro. The truck driver, has upped and sued Mark Sanchez. The truck driver says he's been permanently disfigured by the attack. Now, here's something that I didn't catch yesterday. I don't think this was mentioned at all yesterday. So the truck driver guy, his name is Perry, which is perfect for a truck driver.
Yep.
Perry had to stab Mark Sanchez 3 times or so to get the sumbitch off of him. Perry thought he was going to be killed by this 38-year-old big old ex-football player. Perry's a 69-year-old man. He had to stab the guy. Perry had to stab Mark Sanchez. What I didn't find out until last night, authorities say that Sanchez took the knife away from Perry and stabbed Perry in the face.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how he got that face injury.
I thought it was just from banking his face off of the dumpster.
No, they had a little knife trade there. Did you see that gash he has on his face?
I didn't want to look at it.
It's bad.
Yeah.
So again, here's what I didn't know. According to the authorities, Sanchez took the knife away from Perry, the truck driver, stabbed him in the face. The knife went through Perry's cheek and cut up his tongue.
Oh, God.
Ow.
So he's going to do everything he can, this Perry, to
I hope so.
Get what is coming to him, at least. By all the information that we have, it looks like Perry's going to try to get what's coming to him.
What in the world sparked all that? It's just
what caused
crazy
you to do that?
Well, like we discussed yesterday. We discussed this yesterday. Buckets and buckets of booze can turn some people into violent animals. That's no secret. But Josh also speculated yesterday about maybe some drugs.
I was curious, if he got drugged or something. I mean, and people came out yesterday, former teammates, saying this is completely out of character.
Exactly.
It's not like he's a guy that has a hot temper, never done anything like this before. I was wondering if we'd hear the opposite, where folks would come out and say, well, shoot, man, that guy runs hot. But so far, people have said he's not like this in any way.
Mm-hmm. Fascinating.
Yes.
That's the latest, at least as far as I know, on the Marks. So Mark's been released from the hospital and jail.
Covered in Metal Jesus said he has never wanted to see something become a Lifetime movie more than this.
It's just unbelievable.
It is.
Didn't this happen like in an alley too? So
Yes.
we're not ever really gonna hear from somebody who watched it, saw it happen.
Well, there's video of the whole thing.
Oh, is there? Okay.
That's how police piece this all together.
I forget, Ashley, did I send you the video of Mark Sanchez stumbling around afterwards? That went viral yesterday.
Yeah, that's up on our website.
The crime scene has become a tourist attraction now where cops are having to say, get out of here.
Oh,
People
man.
are showing up to take pictures of the blood on the sidewalk.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't effing know.
We're getting a lot of texts suggesting CTE.
Sure.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to speculate.
Don't know.
No. I mean, it has to be considered.
Yeah, there's something.
We've gone on and on about that on this program, that it has a negative effect on a lot of these guys. It has to be considered. To be fair, we have to be fair.
Yeah.
And he played football his whole life, and we all know that, guys get knocked up and need some pain pills occasionally.
Guys get knocked up.
Guys get knocked around, I
Oh.
guess I should have said maybe a little bit more, make it a little bit more clear. I am not speculating Mark Sanchez was pregnant at the time of the stabbing.
But it does affect your hormones, so maybe there's something there.
It could happen.
Right.
I don't know, man. I did not know that, Josh. That's interesting information. So they talked to his ex-teammates, and they say they never saw this guy go
A couple of
buck
them
wild.
came through, to the media and said, this is very out of character.
Well,
Obviously, the extremeness, but just anything even close to that.
Drugs and alcohol can make you become a different character. Totally different character. All right. There are just very few things in my life more enjoyable than watching the Kansas City Chiefs lose, and lose dramatically.
Right.
And I was lucky enough to catch a little bit, just enough of last night's ball game. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Chiefs on a late game touchdown run by the Jaguars
I would
quarterback.
call it more of a stumble, but yes.
It featured a little bit of everything, that final run. This was all part of Monday Night Football. There were two great plays in last night's ball game. A Jacksonville dude intercepted a pass thrown by that vomit bag Patrick Mahomes. Dude picked off Mahomes at his own 1-yard line and ran the pig back 99 F-me running yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, amazing.
That was a riot to watch, an absolute riot. And then the last-second touchdown run by Lawrence was hilarious.
Now Lawrence goes down, has to get up, breaks a tackle, touchdown Jacksonville!
He was able to score. Oh, man.
One of the more exciting 1-yard touchdown runs you'll ever see.
There's no kidding about that. Just nothing but fun right there. Fell down when the ball was snapped to him because one of his offensive linemen stepped on his feet for him.
Fell down twice.
Picked up
Couldn't
his
get
carcass, ran the ball. I mean, and when he did get up on his feet, he looked like he knew what he was doing. It was like partly horrible and partly beautiful.
I think he was trying to save his own life.
Right.
Awesome ending,
and they
especially
had no-
to have it
they
happen to
had
the
no
Chiefs.
They had no timeouts.
Yeah.
So he had to either throw the ball away or really get in the end zone because otherwise they may have run out of time too. So
good for Jacksonville in their ball.
Yeah, they're playing great. They're 4-1.
You forget how good he is because he was hurt. He's been hurt a lot the last few years, and so he hasn't played a lot, and so Jacksonville hasn't been as good. But what was it,
but
3 years ago they had a nice little run in the playoffs, and
Yeah.
he's really good.
The difference, though, in this team is their defense. Their defense leads the league, and I think it's not even close in turnovers, in interceptions and fumbles. They're really opportunistic on the defensive side, and that's what's really made the difference for them.
I like this text from licensed therapist Jesus, who describes Trevor Lawrence's touchdown run as he was running with the grace of a newborn deer.
Describe
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Or as our pal and living legend Jim Ross said on this radio program one time, while describing his own skills in a wrestling ring, Jim Ross said he was like a cow on ice. All right, I can't believe I'm about to do this. But I love the brotherhood and the sisterhood so damn much. When they send in a question, unless it's, of course, completely obscene or terribly insults Josh's mother, I like to acknowledge as many questions that are texted in. Nick, it says here, can you ask Randy how his fantasy football teams are doing with first-round busts and injuries? I'm wondering if he's struggling. And by the way, here's a listener who texted in and said that interception return last night in the Jacksonville-Kansas City game, where it went 99 yards back the other way, cost one of our listeners a fantasy football win.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So are you, this listener wants to know, Randy, are you struggling with your fantasy football?
No.
Okay,
Actually,
good.
I'm having a very good start to the season.
All right, good.
Yes.
Phew. A few bucks might be headed your way, you think?
Well, it's a long way to go, but let's put it this way. I'm in a much better position this year than I was a year ago. So,
Insomniac Jesus has a question. Did everyone see Vicky Lawrence? What the hell's his first name again?
Trevor Lawrence.
Did everyone see Trevor Lawrence picking his nose on national television last night? Yes, I did.
No.
I knew as soon as I saw it that everyone would call him out on it. He had his finger in his nose for a half a second. For Christ's sake,
Was it actual?
Well, maybe he's having a hard time breathing.
Right.
Was it a scratch? Because sometimes people call it picking when somebody's just kind of scratching.
Right. No, he was mining.
Was he really?
It was just for a second. I was holding my breath, and I was saying to myself, don't eat it.
And thankfully, did they cut away immediately?
No. Though I expected them to cut away, they did not. But it was no big deal. For Christ's sake, I'm so tired of everyone getting picked on, and I'm not trying to be cute with that. I'm so tired of people just look for any little thing and try to make it a viral sensation now. For God's sake, he put his finger in his nose for 1 second, so what?
There was a lady at a stoplight last weekend she was like a knuckle deep in that thing. I mean, she really wanted to find it.
Well, that's when I go after it.
At stoplights?
Well, when I'm driving.
Oh, just driving in general?
Yeah.
I didn't see how the movie ended there, but I can tell you it was pretty exciting up until then.
When I'm driving, by God, Cubby, I clean house.
Is it just like the floor mat, or what happens? Under the seat?
You just roll the window down.
Oh, okay.
Let the guy behind me wear that sumbitch.
Like gnats on a windshield.
What he gets for following you too close.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you just put on the windshield wipers, you're good.
Is this true? Now, this is something I read yesterday. I read something about how the current Vikings players were planning a boat party on Lake Minnetonka for their bye week.
I don't know if that was a joke or not.
Until one or two of their wives heard about the bang boat from 20 years ago and put the kibosh on the idea. That's what I read.
They were jokingly saying no to it. Everybody had a sense of humor. So a lot of the wives hadn't even heard of it before. They weren't aware.
Right. 20 years has gone by.
They're
That would be pretty hilarious if the Vikings...
That would be.
Part two.
The current Vikings players, fully aware of the story, put on another boat party just to prove that you can do so without prostitutes and double-ended dildos.
Yeah, things have changed.
Yeah. It'd be kind of fun gimmick. I bet that would go, speaking of viral, I bet that would go wildly out of control on the internet, seeing all the current Vikings players waving as the boat heads up.
Maybe we should move our fall boat cruise to celebrate every year.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We just got to push it back about a month or half. Not even, about a month.
You guys
a
should
less.
traverse the waters that are now famous.
The international waters of Lake Minnetonka?
Yeah.
A lot of those players, they're not up too much these days. I bet we could get one of them on the boat.
Oh, I bet you're right.
That'd be so sweet.
Oh, the guys from 2005.
Yeah, Fred
Brian
Smoot,
McKinney. Dante Culpepper.
That's a great idea. Normally we have our fall boat party middle of September. We push it back a couple of weeks on the anniversary of the bang boat. Why the hell didn't we think of this 20 years ago?
I don't know. Well, finally we thought of it at least.
Stupid idiot.
We should definitely do that.
What does this say? A couple of our listeners are totally backing this idea to honor the bang boat by hosting a boat party on October 5th.
Well, you could do a boat tour and show people all the spots where people urinated, where they had the
oral sex races and whatnot.
What it could be really is educational. Look at it that way. This could be a very educational thing.
Take it a step further and raise money for charity. All
there
the
you
proceeds go to charity.
Right.
Yeah.
October 5th, October 6th, whenever the anniversary is. That's a great idea.
Raise it for the Randy Shaver Cancer
No,
Research.
no.
Yes, absolutely.
No,
He doesn't want that dirty money.
No.
Well, what are you worried about, Randy? It's money for your charity.
Yeah, but we're not doing that.
And then you could give a little speech at your next event about exactly how some of that money was raised.
21 years ago today.
No.
Now,
You don't trust us to represent you in that fashion?
I do trust you, but not. That should not be the reason why we're gathering to raise money.
Nobody's going to get fingered. Not on that friggin' ride. It'll be
Excuse
fine.
me? Nobody's going to what?
Get accused of
Of
something.
anything. What do you think I meant?
Somebody recommends we call it banging for the cure.
Randy, aren't you glad my phone is fixed now? I come up
Oh,
with some
thanks,
great
Brad.
ideas.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
In last night's National League Divisional Series in Major League Baseball, the Los Angeles Angels narrowly defeated Philadelphia. So the Dodgers have a 2-0 series lead going home for Game 3. Boy, that Philly crowd was pissed. That's
Yeah,
what
they
I was.
should be.
That's what I was watching last night. That's why I didn't get around to the football game to the very end.
Now they have 3 chances to win one, and odds are pretty good.
Why
They're gonna do that.
why do Phillies fans have reason to be pissed? I mean, I can understand why they would be disappointed, but they acted as if they were. I mean, I know it's Philly people. I understand how their fan base operates. I'm a Philly fan myself, but they acted as if the Phillies were losing to a much lesser ball club. That's the vibe I got.
Well, I guess if you look at it in terms of the standings, they are losing to a lesser team in the standings, but certainly not in the talent category.
Right.
The Dodgers are very talented. So.
And the Milwaukee Brewers are also
Yeah.
up 2-0. They pounded the Chicago Cubs again. The final was 7-3.
Yeah, they're on their way. It was a bullpen game for both teams. Kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the day off between.
Yeah, it was just a
1 and
weird.
2.
I mean, I can understand Milwaukee a little bit, but the
Whatever
Cubs just
happened-
kind of turned it into a bullpen game.
Whatever happened to 3 reliable starters going into
I know. I was just thinking that yesterday, Nick, when we were talking about how the Twins back in 87 and 91, all they needed were 3 guys to be their starters because it lined up to be able to have 3 guys only as your starters.
I
The
understand
schedule lined up.
in the regular season. I understand, you don't want to wear these guys out. The whole pitch count, and we've been been tortured with that for decades now. But in the playoffs, you can't push 3 reliable starters into the spotlight. You have to
You
still
really
do
trust your entire bullpen more than your number 2 starter?
Yeah, this was Game 2 of the series between the Cubs and Brewers, and they were doing bullpen type things. I don't know. 87, all you needed was Frankie Viola, and by God, Les Straker, and by God, Bert Blyleven.
Yeah.
91, Scott Erickson, Kevin Tapani, Jack Morris.
That's all you needed.
Tonight, the American League club, Seattle at Detroit. Oh, I bet they'll have a spirited crowd in Michigan tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And Toronto at the New York Yankees. Maybe Canada can wrap it up tonight.
Maybe Toronto can win that thing and end that early. That would be
just wrap it up.
outstanding.
Get the friggin' Yankees out of here.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake. If you have time to kill later, Bro Bible had an interesting article pop up yesterday. An abbreviated history of players giving the middle finger in sports.
Glad we dove into this one.
I loved it.
No, I know that. I'm serious. Like this is fascinating to me.
Players and in some cases coaches, I guess, or owners, any sports personality, I guess. An abbreviated history of the middle finger in sports. And what always comes to mind first and foremost for me, and it was left out of this conversation, but it's an abbreviated history, is Brian Cox was the name of this.
Oh, yes.
Brian Cox was the name of this real solid, kind of intimidating linebacker that played for the Miami Dolphins in the mid-'90s, and he dumped a few cheap shots out there. So he had a bad reputation, and one Sunday afternoon, big game between the Miami Dolphins and Buffalo Bills, when they introduced the Miami defense in front of the Buffalo crowd, Brian Cox was not shy about it. Both arms fully extended in the air, both middle fingers extended for the entire Buffalo crowd, and he left it up there for a good 1 minute.
I love that.
While the crowd booed him. Yeah. It says here, perhaps, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder, the first sports figure to get caught on camera giving someone the middle finger is a feller, he's been long dead now, a feller by the name of Charles Oldhoss Radbourne, who, by the way, holds the record for the most wins in a single Major League Baseball season. He recorded 59 wins in 1885. Anyway.
I want to get an Old Haas throwback jersey.
I don't think many folks would get the joke.
Nope.
But knock yourself out. Charles
Talk about records that'll never be broken.
Yes. 59 wins in a single. He pitched every game. Charles Oldhoss Radbourne. If you look at a team picture from 1886, and it was on the internet yesterday, he's got the middle finger out for the team picture in 1886.
Very subtle.
It is subtle. He's got his hand on his teammate's shoulder and has the middle finger extended, kind of a thing. So that's the first ever on record of an athlete dumping the middle.
Do we know if he understood what it meant?
Yes.
Okay.
He absolutely knew what it meant because
what's the history of that? When did that begin? Do we know when it was first decided this is what this is going to mean?
You're talking about generally speaking in society.
Yes, because
maybe someone could look it up.
Well, I'm sitting here going, 1886. Is that what they thought that was going to be?
A really,
weird.
really, really long time ago.
Ancient Greece.
Like 1800s.
Ancient Greece. Wow. Okay.
So it was the 1800s. So this was relatively new when Old Hoss dumped
That
the
was
finger.
new in the U.S.
New in the U.S. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yes.
So he was cutting edge, this guy.
Yeah, he was.
Before his time. He walked so Stone Cold Steve Austin could run.
Yes.
Yeah, it was about three. The one with Radbourne happened 3 years after it came to the U.S.
Wow.
But it took a long time, as Ashley said, according to Google, 423 B.C., the first middle finger as an insult was used in a play.
It used to symbolize sexual dominance in threat.
Well, it makes sense. F-U. I mean, right?
So Old Hoss Radbourne, he throws the middle finger into the team picture in 1886. In 1887, the following baseball season, he made sure that he gave the bird for his baseball card.
That's awesome.
So he liked this move.
The term given the bird comes from England, Nick.
Okay.
That's where that started, in the 1960s.
Well, I hate the English. I
used to have
stop saying that.
I used to have a serious problem with the middle finger. I never knew what to do in pictures. So I would
when you started here, you would do that a lot.
Yeah, it was really, I don't know. All of a sudden, I guess I figured out what to do with my hands.
You've matured. You've matured.
The first time I ever saw the middle finger, it was dumped on me by a guy who turned out to be one of my best friends to this day. On the playground at Widston Elementary School in Wayzata, which is gone now. Now it's a $2 million townhome type setup. I was on the playground at Widston. Boy, I think we were first graders. And this dude from across the playground gives me the finger. And I didn't understand what it meant. I gave it back to him then a couple hours later in the hallway. And I got in big trouble. And again, I was just mocking what he was doing. I could tell it was negative, but I did not know what it meant. And I got in trouble. I got caught because I dumped it on him in the hallway in front of the teacher and whatnot. Still one of my best friends to this day, Chop Shop.
That's so cool that you remember that.
What up, Chops? So the most recent sports figure to give the middle finger and get caught doing it is goofy-ass Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, total lunatic. He flipped off the New York Jets crowd last weekend.
I liked that.
Getting the bird from a guy that old is kind of a badge of honor.
It's cute, just like when a little kid does it. It's just as cute.
Some Jets fans were giving him a hard time at the stadium last Sunday, and he got it out.
I love it.
But plenty of other sports figures have dropped that gesture at fans, opponents, whoever. Infamous 1972 Dallas, not Dallas, Dolphins running backs Larry Zonka and Jim Kick appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated. In the photo, Zonka has his middle finger extended kind of down on his leg. You see what I'm saying? So he was trying to make it
Right.
subtle. And it goes on and on. My favorite, aside from Brian Cox, New York Yankees pitcher Jack McDowell had a terrible
Blackjack
McDowell. He had a terrible outing as a Yankee starter in front of the home crowd in '95. He gave up 9 runs, 13 hits, 2 walks, and 3 home runs in less than 5 innings of work. When he was pulled from the game, the New York crowd turned on him, and he gave the crowd the finger.
You mentioned a friend taught you the middle finger, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
I used to deliver lube by the truckload. Jesus said he learned it from his mom in traffic.
Yeah.
That's a popular place for it.
That would make sense. Did you know this, Ashley? I thought you would take to this. New York Mets mascot, Mr. Met. He's got a big baseball head.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yep.
He gave some Mets fans the middle finger as he walked down the tunnel while leaving the field after a loss to the Milwaukee Brewers last season.
I love
So
that.
the crowd was even turning on Mr. Met, and he took his big puffy white hand and gave them the...
Hell yeah, good for him.
It goes on and on. Interesting read if you have time later. An abbreviated history of the middle finger in sports.
Here's a lame claim to fame. Excuse me, let's start that
Flame?
over. Lame claim to fame. I once got the middle finger thrown at me by Bill Wennington.
What was the situation there?
Former Chicago Bulls center?
Yeah, he was played one more year in 1999. I just looked up. He's with the Kings. So I was at a Wolves-Kings game, and he was walking by, and I said, "Hey, Bill, how many titles have you won without Jordan?" And he turned around and gave me the middle finger. I don't know what came over me, too.
Did he win one title without him, or was that to say?
That was just an FU to a smart-ass 7th grader who, for some reason, decided to pop off at Bill Wennington, of all people.
A 7th grader, dude. That's awesome.
Jesus, yeah. Who was your next victim? Did you go after Will Perdue? Boy, you really go after the big names.
Yeah, I really did.
Luke Longley.
Yeah. That's a pretty good line, though.
Yeah.
You know,
Just being a dick.
if you don't mind me, I know you're not used to this, Josh, but if you don't mind me kind of patting myself on the back a little bit.
Oh, it's going to be a little odd. I don't know how I'll handle this.
A heckling line that I'm pretty proud of was Timberwolves game many, many years ago. My pal Dane got these terrific second row seats. We're right behind that wacky program guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever happened to him?
I don't know.
I hope
One
he's
night,
okay.
I hope he's still around. Yeah,
I coached his son in football.
They made a bobblehead of him.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I think they brought him back a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Brad Ryder, but I can't remember. The program guy, whoever knows him, tell him we wish him well. He was a fixture at Wolves games.
He was at all of them.
For many, many. So one night the Wolves were playing the Utah Jazz, and right in front of us, doing some stretching on the court, was Olden Polynice.
Sure.
It's a name I didn't expect to hear today.
Olden Polynice. And he had...
I'm sorry, I don't know who that is.
A professional basketball player.
I mean, did he play for the Wolves, the Lakers?
He was playing for the Utah Jazz at the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He played for a few teams, but he's a pretty solid six-man type guy, right, Brad Ryder, Randy Schaefer?
Yeah. Yep.
He was no schlub. He was no Bill Wennington. Olden Polynice, actually. He served a purpose out. Anyway.
Serviceable.
Olden always wore number 0, like an O for his first name, Olden. So there he is right in front of us stretching, Olden Polynice with number 0 on his jersey. And I said, "Hey, Polynice, your jersey number matches your All-Star votes." And he turned around and he's like, "Damn, man, that was good." And so for the rest of the night, Olden Polynice and I had this back and forth where he'd get a rebound and tap it back in, and he'd run back down the other end of the floor and look right into my eyes and be like, "You like that one?" He's like, "I got 1 rebound and 2 points. You like that?" So it was fun. We weren't mad at each other.
Right.
The best part of the night is Olden had a pretty decent first half. But in the second half, he never left the bench. He's just sitting there on the Utah bench. And because he and I had this thing going, I'm hollering at him from across the court, and he could hear me. That's how good our seats were. And I said,
that's how few people were in the arena, too, probably, at the time. But
Well, actually, it was a pretty good crowd. These are the KG days. Your name again is Brad Ryder. Pretty good crowd. And I holler across the court to Olden Polynice. I'm like, Olden! Until he looks at me, and I said, what the hell, man? Are you going to get off the bench in the second half? And he didn't care. He points at Jerry Sloan, the legendary head coach for the Utah Jazz. He points at Jerry Sloan and goes, you got to ask this guy, man. Ask this guy. Me and Olden.
I love that he had a sense of humor about it.
He right away he did.
Mhm.
Yeah, right
That's
away
great.
he did. All right, speaking of basketball, boy, that LeBron James character loves to think that we're following his every move and anticipating everything he says and does. And sadly, there are many who do. Are you ready for this? If you haven't heard about this, he hopped on over to social media yesterday, even though he's far too old for that kind of thing, and he shared a 10-second video, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder, teasing something coming up today at 11 o'clock this morning.
Oh, God.
He teased something called the second decision.
Oh, for God's sake.
he's going to retire after this season, and we're going to have to endure 6 months of LeBron retirement ceremony.
Or it's an Amazon Prime ad. That's my guess.
Oh, yep. I bet you're right, Josh.
It's Prime Day.
Lots and lots of folks are assuming that he's going to announce that this will be his final season, and as Brad Ryder put it, we're going to have to endure this tearful farewell every turn he makes. But there are plenty who, like Josh said out loud, plenty who think that LeBron James' second decision is just an Amazon Day.
Somebody just passed away.
I have 9 and 1 pressed. Let me know if I need to hit the second one.
Sorry.
We are gathered here this morning
Sorry.
To honor a man.
to celebrate the life of Randy
I got
Shaver.
all choked up with the thought that LeBron might be retired.
Yes, folks are saying this also might be an Amazon Day advertisement. Amazon Day, explain this.
Prime Day, it's a big sale. They have, well, it used to be just one day, and now it's spread out to a couple times a year.
So who thinks it's a retirement announcement?
I think it's a retirement announcement.
Okay, just Randy Shaver?
I think I changed my mind now. I think you've convinced me it might be an Amazon.
Who thinks it's
Yeah.
an Amazon ad?
I'm going to guess it's an
100%.
Amazon ad.
Okay.
Hasn't he said he was kind of embarrassed by the decision?
Yeah, he has just come back and said he regrets it.
So, yeah, I'd imagine he's probably not going to do that again.
Oh, the original decision. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah, he regretted the balls off of that, and he should. It was horrible.
I'm going to throw out a dark horse guess. I just realized it's Tuesday, and he loves posting about Taco Tuesday. Every
Oh.
Tuesday, he makes posts about how excited he is and fired up he is for Taco Tuesday.
I don't think it's going to have anything to do with Taco Tuesday.
That's why I said it was a dark horse.
Not
Just
to
throwing
kick
it out
you
there.
around or anything, but it's like he's sitting down formally with an interviewer and everything. You know, that would be pretty unbelievable if the interviewer said what's going on and he says Taco Tuesday.
What's for dinner tonight, LeBron? We made a decision.
I would love
It's
that.
Taco Tuesday.
I would laugh if I tuned in at 11 to watch that, and that's all it was.
Ooh, here are some guesses from our listeners. It's going to be an ad for Space Jam Part 3.
Oh, God.
I never saw Space Jam Part 1 or Part 2.
Nor have I.
Yeah, I don't know which way I'm leaning on this. And then, you know what I was just reminded of, Josh?
You don't care?
I don't care.
Jay Kettler?
Jay Cutler on that sumbitch.
So you don't want us to call you at 11 to let you know what he had to say?
Ooh, no, hell no. That's the worst time to call me.
I know.
Oh, you're fast asleep.
That's right, when I start fading off into unconsciousness. An Oklahoma City Thunder player is dealing with a hilarious injury. The Thunder announced that a new guard on the ball club, 20-year-old kid, he hasn't played in the NBA yet. The Thunder announced that a guard by the name of Nikola Topic underwent a testicular procedure yesterday.
Howie.
Well, damn, that could mean anything.
Did you get them all twisted up?
See, we don't know.
Yeah, they didn't give any further details.
That could mean
Well,
anything.
hopefully it's not cancer. I mean, that would not be.
It's not cancer.
Okay. All right.
The team didn't provide any other details on this kid's bag injury. Who here, leaving Ashley out of the conversation directly, of course you can interject it, who here has not ever had any sort of testicular procedure? Oh,
I have not.
Oh, Brad Ryder, you.
Dana, you've had a testicular?
No, I'm good. I haven't had any.
Oh, well.
I don't think anyone
let me try
understood
this
the
again.
question.
Who here has not had any kind of a testicular procedure?
Me.
Dana has
Me.
not.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Ryder has not.
Because Nick and I are offering to perform them if the two of you.
Yeah, can Brad and I get a BOGO?
Yeah, buy two, get two free.
Now, Randy Shaver, are you referencing when you got gassed down there?
Sure.
Yeah,
Slipped.
the vasectomy?
Sure.
I had testicular torsion, which was horribly painful.
Yes.
And
That's what I was thinking with this other, what may have happened to the 20-year-old kid.
That's my guess.
Yeah, he was knocking women around town a little too furiously, and he picked up a case of that testicular torsion. I had testicular torsion, and I had a nut cancer scare a few years ago. Josh has had more hands on his privates and anus.
Yeah, I had a couple of nut cancer scares. They give you that ultrasound, right, where they look for stuff.
I made a fool out of myself at the ultrasound.
I had a what's called a varicocele repaired. It's where you're too manly. That's kind of what causes it, and it's an issue
Right.
with
I've heard of that.
your testicles.
Too manly for your own bag.
But it's weird. In that case, they went up high with the incision. Like, I thought they were going to have to go down there, but it's like more in my crotch region. Let me show you.
Yeah, see the scar.
Oh, wonderful.
It's right in my, right above.
How did you handle the ultrasound? Did everything go well?
Yeah, I had the same fears you did, aside from the results, but that something unnatural was going to happen, and that didn't happen.
Well, that's not how I made a fool out of myself at the ultrasound. I was quite proud of the halfie.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
Yeah, I did my best to avoid that.
I was quite proud that I achieved a halfie while
You weren't nervous it was going to happen?
No, I was hoping it was going to happen, and it did.
I said a little prayer that it doesn't happen.
It's dark in the room. There's a young lady in there rubbing some warm jelly on me,
You're barely clothed.
and then smashing some kind of laser into my testicles and spinning it around. And
Can I ask you, did she grab it with a towel and move it?
she was grabbing me with a towel, move
that
things.
happened.
But here's where I made a fool out of myself. I had this lump present itself, and that's why they gave me the ultrasound to find out what that lump was. And, I mean, for weeks leading up to this, I could point at that lump and find it with either hand blindfolded, right? I knew where that sumbitch was, because this is why I'm laid out now in the nude and with the grease gun down there and the everything. And the gal says to me, after she's pointing this camera at it, she says, "Okay, where is it again? I lost it." And then I couldn't find it either.
Oh boy!
And I knew where it was. Like I said, for 2 weeks leading up to it. In that moment, suddenly I'm like, "Well, god dang!" I got my right hand down there. I'm like, "Well, for Christ's sake, I can't find it now either." So now I have to get up, and I got to put my leg up on a. I got to put my leg up on a chair. Like I'm shaving or something down there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I look like a jackass standing there at my left, and I got both hands down there, and I'm squeezing, and she's sitting in a chair, so she's just eye level with my gear, and I'm like pushing it at her. Like, do you see it now?
Do you see it now?
I couldn't find it.
Can you hear me now?
And I finally did. I'm like, point that damn thing now, I said, before I lose it again. So just the position I was in.
That's just too good.
I had a pretty embarrassing one, too. I don't, the one where the doctor requested that something had to happen, and I thought he meant he was going to do it?
Yeah, I love this.
Can I tell that story still?
Oh, I believe so.
Okay, so I had to get checked out, and the doctor's like, all right, we're going to... Your penis is going to need to be milked, is what he said. And so I just kind of...
Normally when you hear something like that, you're thinking, this could be good.
Yeah, could you write that down? Doctor's orders? So I kind of pushed my groin toward him, and he's like, no, you do it. I didn't know.
That's friggin' magic.
Oh, I was so embarrassed. I never even considered. I'm at the mechanic. I thought the mechanic was going to get the hands on.
Absolutely.
I might have assumed the same thing.
Josh is like, what am I paying you for?
Yeah, like, all right, go for it. I didn't know my insurance was this good.
You put it at him.
Yeah, I presented it to him.
Go ahead, son. Milk away.
Do what you need to do. And he was furious with me.
Oh, my God.
I was a teenager at the time, too.
And then you had to milk yourself
right
for
in front
him?
of the guy.
Yeah.
He said,
he's
no,
like,
I'm running the camera.
Like he needed you to gain an erection.
No, he just, anyways, there was something he was looking for, and he asked me to do that.
Oh, God. And you said, alley-oop, go ahead.
And then he's like, all right, we're all wrapped up here. I'll go get the doctor. And then he just picked up his mop and went back to work.
Terrible.
I do every once in a while wake up in the middle of the night and think about that moment and how embarrassed I was.
I mean, it's like when I got my first. What do they call this thing again, Josh?
The prostate check.
Colonoscopy. Yeah,
You were using your fingers. You went to the wrong doctor.
When I got my first colonoscopy, the doctor says to me, he says, "I just want you to know that it's totally normal to have an erection during a colonoscopy." And I said, "Well, I don't have an erection." He said, "Yeah, I know, I do."
Anytime I've had one of those bikini area procedures, there's always girls in there or students. That's terrifying.
What are the girls doing in there?
They're working. They're employed.
I had that experience for the first time, and it was when I went in for some boob issue. And they're like, so they're going to have like two, whatever, like practicing students with them.
Yeah, I get a lot of students, too.
Did they ask you? They usually ask, and there's no, am I
going to say no? Yeah, no. Only
they don't want to learn this.
Yeah,
they want to come and check them out, I guess.
I've had the students, too. The weird thing, though, Ashley, is they were going to bartending college. So I didn't really understand it.
They weren't students, they were patients that just happened to wander back.
They were patients from the Nut House.
Oh, what's going on there? I'll check this one out.
Hey, the Nut House. I didn't even mean to make that joke.
That's what they should call a urologist's office.
Oh, my God.
I'd go there for fun.
Yeah. I asked the students, I said, where do you go to school? They said, bartending college. It's right down the street.
Oh, man.
All right. The Pigs don't go for real until Thursday night, but the 20 and 25, then 26 NHL regular season officially, including that triple header of games that former big league pitcher Ben McDonald dumped all over on live television last. Oh, my God. That's the first time this year we've hit this annoying state of hockey. I love it. There's a triple header on ESPN tonight. Chicago at Florida. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah, what's that?
I mean, I know Florida just won the Stanley Cup, but they want folks to take a day off of work now to come watch them play hockey? All right, Chicago at Florida, Pittsburgh at the New York Rangers, Colorado at Los Angeles, and Peterborough at Hyannisport. Part of the triple header tonight on ESPN. Oh, Connor McDavid signed up for a contract with Ed Mental.
Okay.
Have you guys heard of Conrad McDavid?
Yeah.
We have, yes.
A lot of folks consider him the best player in the National Hockey League. There was some worry up there that he wasn't going to sign a deal, but he signed a deal.
Should be thanking Kaprizov.
Yep.
Well, but he's making
only a 2-year deal.
Yeah, you know what? As my urologist once said, I thought it would be bigger. I assumed his contract was good. Now he's the highest paid guy in the NHL.
No. That's
what I assumed.
That's what's funny about this. The Russian kid is making more money than Conrad McDavid.
Is he really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. A longer deal and more money. So, if you weren't feeling a little pressure a few days ago, Russian kid,
no kidding.
We better get something going here, son. Conrad McDavid not making as much money as the Russian kid. All right, you friggin' guys, we ought to get going again. Thanks, Brad Ryder and Randy Shaver, and I'm glad that we're in no technical difficulties today, everyone.
Yeah, it's a miracle.
It's all good.
All good, Brad?
All good so far.
Totally different story tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Yep, day at a time.
See you later, everybody.
See ya.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
Start your day with America in the Morning.
I'm John Trout, your host.
From Breaking News.
The U.S. Supreme Court with rulings shifting gears. Apple has released a new iPhone. Here's the Wednesday Business Report. It's far from a seller's market.
To politics and entertainment.
Moving into scary movie season, so why not another Conjuring movie? Shifting gears, Powerball jackpot is now the third largest ever in history.
Live long and prosper.
America in the Morning.
Fresh each day.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
FS Morning Show 93X.
Friggin' Tuesday. What a hell of an operation. And what a great crowd we got out there. Welcome back to the 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. I'll tell you what, Cubby. We got quite a few peoples in our listening audience who like to smoke those marijuana cigarettes. Now, I found that out earlier when we asked the mighty brother and, God help us, sisterhood, to text in and simply complete a sentence for us. And you can still get in, if and you haven't already. 651-989-9393 is our text number. All we asked folks to do was to complete this sentence, finish this sentence. One time, I was so high, I blank. Now, the inspiration behind this was a story earlier where a dude was so high he called the cops on himself. So just finish this sentence, 651-989-9393. One time, I was so high, I blank.
There's some pretty funny answers coming in.
What grabbed you? What grabbed you?
This person said, one time I was so high, I sat at a stop sign for 3 minutes waiting for it to turn green, letting others go and getting mad why it wasn't my turn yet.
Oh, yeah, been there.
Have you really?
Yeah, a few times.
High, drunk?
Try not to drive around when you're that high.
Yeah, if you can avoid that.
Jesus, criminy.
Those were dumb days.
Another person says, this is up at the crack of dawn, Jesus. I was once so high, according to my roommate, I was talking to the rock posters we had in our living room, apparently thinking I was having an actual conversation. Obviously, it was one-sided.
Oh, that's awesome.
Has anyone, okay, Ashley, you just said you've done the stop sign thing. Have you ever talked to a wall?
No,
Or a
that would be
poster?
next level.
Does anyone else want to jump in before we get to all of our stoned listeners? I mean, you guys know my story, I think, by now. I got crazy high as a senior in high school. We were out of town for a hockey tournament, and I got into bed in my hotel room, couldn't move, and the paranoia was unbelievable, to where I was terrified / fascinated by a picture on the wall in the hotel room of legendary explorer Josh Don Quixote. And I just was fixated by it and I went through all different kind of emotions. Like I said, I was scared of the picture. Then I was very fascinated by the details of the picture. But I was just kind of locked in a coffin on that bed from being way too effing high.
I would say the majority of them are things people ate, right? Or the amount they ate.
Oh, most definitely. There's probably so many that I'm not thinking of because, like, after it happens, I kind of forget, and I smoked so much weed for so long that it all kind of blends together. But I think of these two things because they continuously happened and I still got high would be I got so high that I threw up, and I got so high that...
And you ate it?
Yeah. That I thought my tongue was swelling up. I used to always think that it was getting to... And then I would sit there and stick my tongue out to, like, breathe.
Sure. You thought that your fat tongue was going to hinder your ability to take in oxygen.
Yeah, or I would sit there and talk to myself or sing to myself because I thought, well, if I can do those two things, that means I'm still breathing.
That makes sense. It does, yeah.
This one I thought was pretty funny. One time I was so high, I tried sneaking up on a mirror. I've seen my dogs do that. Maybe they were high. Maybe that's what it was.
Dude.
I haven't smoked as much weed as Ashley used to back in her heyday, but the couple times I have, they were both eating related. I made a 12-egg omelet, which is pretty tough to cook all the way through, a 12-egg omelet.
Yum.
And the other one, I ate 4 gas station hot dogs, and that's not all that notable, but it was on our way to my ex-wife's parents' house for Easter brunch. I had 4 gas station hot dogs.
You got high on a day that honors the Lord?
I did.
And that early in the morning. Huh?
So here's how it happened, John. It wasn't, I mean, obviously I ate the edible, so it was intentional, but I was holding on to an edible for a buddy, and I was looking through the cabinet for something to eat for breakfast, and I noticed, I was like, oh, I'll just take a little nibble of that. What's the worst that could happen? And for somebody that doesn't get high very often, I got very high. I'm surprised the first marriage didn't end that day because she was pissed.
That's awesome.
Skydive Jesus was so high once he ate his friend's sister's birthday cake the night before her party. Explain that one.
I'll tell you what, we got some great answers. Again, if you want to get in, 651-989-9393, just finish the sentence. One time, I was so high, I blank. Here's a guy who ate 3-week-old stale pizza bagel bites straight out of the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
Got so high, I put my 3-year-old shoes on my feet before I went for a walk.
Oh, I can't imagine the pain.
What,
unless
dude?
your kid's a clown or something.
Got so high, I climbed on top of a semi-truck with a fiberglass roof, and then I tried to pogo stick on it. I fell through the roof, got stuck in the middle of the trailer, and I got arrested. That's pudgy Jesus.
This person
so high he got arrested.
Got so high one time he couldn't find his feet because he was walking on the... Where the hell's my feet? Someone
Wait a
stole
minute.
my feet.
Because he was walking on them.
Yeah, he didn't. Just like when you're... I've had that happen where I wasn't high, but I'm on my cell phone looking around like, son of a... What did I do with my phone? But I'm talking to someone at that time.
Yep.
I've had that dumb moment before.
Here's a guy, Cubby's never been high. Never even had a marijuana joint stick up to his yapper. Do you ever think there'll come a day? I know your wife tries to push it on you because she's growing tired of you, I would imagine. But
yeah, she wants me high.
Yeah, you ever think it'll be something you'd?
I think I've gone this long. It might be kind of weird to start now, but who knows?
You know who else has never been high?
Who dat?
My brother.
Is that right?
Never tried it.
I would kill to get high for the very first time again.
Does he? Has he ever tried alcohol?
He
Your
used
brother?
to. He tried all of it.
He tried to drink it all.
Here's a listener who says, as we're finishing this sentence this morning, one time I got so high I blank. This listener says, well, you don't have to be high for this. I did it once. One time I was so high I pooped in my neighbor's bushes.
This person was once so high they got lost in a grocery store for 45 minutes, couldn't find the exit. All aisles led to the milk area. That's like a movie. How did I end up here again?
Again?
I'm in a maze.
Sits on baby sheezes. Regular listener of this here program.
She's wonderful.
Matter of fact, I think we've even met her once or twice.
We have.
Boy, did she do something quite off-putting once when she was very high. She finished the sentence. She said, one time I was so high, I pretended I was a dog. I crawled around my house and, for real skis, lifted my leg and peed through my leggings onto the carpet.
That's awesome. Okay, she committed to a bit.
Was this marijuana? Can you get back to us?
Yeah.
Sits on baby sheezes. That does not sound like marijuana.
This person got so high once watching Fargo, they went to get a coat because they assumed they'd be cold.
Isn't that something? There's something about weed where what you're seeing on television or maybe what you're listening to, music, just has such a deep, deep effect on you. You know what I mean? You're watching Fargo and you get cold. That's the weed. That's what it somehow... All right. What else?
You guys are making me miss it so much.
These stories are making you miss it?
Yeah, just being like that much of an airhead.
You know, some of these...
I want to crawl around the floor and pee through my leggings.
Yeah.
Some of these reasons, Nick, are why I don't want to try. Well, I'm worried a couple things. I'm worried I'm going to love it, but I'm also worried that like I don't know how I'm going to respond to it.
Dude, I totally understand. That's why I don't do it anymore, because my response was so unpredictable.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to have like, wow, this is the best thing ever. I'm worried I'm going to really do some stupid stuff.
I was never very good at it. My reactions were so different. Like I said, I had the paranoia routine at that hotel, but also I had the uncontrollable laughing, rolling on the floor. So I won't come anywhere near the stuff. I won't try any of the gummies. I'm not going to drink any of those wacky new drinks. I want nothing to do with it.
There's only one time I was ever tempted, and we were hanging out with these girls. They're like, "Hey, come with us." And so I went into the bathroom with them. This was at the Flame Burger many, many years ago.
Nice.
One of them got completely naked, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to hit this oney?" And I was like,
Wait a minute, time out. She's naked at Flame Burger?
"Yeah, in the bathroom of Flame Burger."
Oh, in the bathroom. I'm sorry.
And I had said, "What is a oney?" And then they explained it. I was 21. I had never heard of such a thing. I didn't know what that was. And then
he says I was 21 like he was 9.
I know. You're right. I guess I did.
Yeah.
I did mean it that way.
Right.
I think I meant it. You're right. And I was confused. They pull out this device I didn't really understand. I didn't even know how to operate. I passed. But that was the only time I ever was somewhat. I thought I'm never going to be in this situation again.
Why did she get naked? Did she?
I have no idea.
Did she want you to have sex with her?
If I didn't. It's funny. There's a naked woman in front of me, but I didn't get the impression she wanted to have sex with me. I think we were all so drunk that
you have no real memory of why she got naked.
No clue.
In front of how many other people?
Me and one other girl. Wait, I just made it sound like I'm a girl.
The way you put things in the last few minutes has been interesting.
You know what's weird? I've confused myself.
Yeah, you made it sound like you were also a girl.
Yeah, I did.
Are you high, Josh?
No, I'm not.
Our listeners, Josh, smoke weed.
It appears that way. They're smoking or eating it or drinking it.
And they're telling us all about it this morning with our text machine. We simply asked our listeners to complete this sentence. Once I got so friggin' high, I blank. These answers are fascinating. Let me just blow through a few here. One time I got so high, I slept in a suitcase. One time I got so high, I thought I could communicate telepathically. One time I got so high, I mopped the floor 10 times, and I even mopped the shower. One time I got so high, my buddy threw an oar at me.
Whoa.
Like from a rowboat? Are you following,
Yeah.
Ashley? One time I got so high, my buddy threw an oar at me from the top of a hill. I was so mesmerized by his perfect throw, I let it hit me right in the head.
I wonder if it was javelin style or he kind of threw it like a frisbee, so it was spinning towards him.
One time, I got so high, a listener says. Oh, wow. Talk about a trial by fire. Okay. The first time this listener got high, he sat down and watched Peter fight the chicken on Family Guy.
I felt high watching that. I can't even imagine being high.
The first time he got high. The first time I got high, we weren't watching anything except just watching each other get high. The first time he got stoned, he watched Peter fight the chicken, and he said, I absolutely could not stop laughing.
That sounds like so much fun.
The very first time I got high, it wasn't Peter and the Chicken, but it was at St. Cloud State, and we went to the Dollar Bargain movie theater and saw a double feature of Napoleon Dynamite and Team America World Police.
Man, you must have been sore.
Oh, it was incredible.
All right, a few more here because these are so good. Another listener says, one time I got so high I enrolled in culinary school.
Oh, I wanted to do that.
Me too.
And bartending school. I was interested in both.
One time I got so high I thought a wood pile was a doorway. This is my favorite.
Why won't this open, and why do I have so many splinters?
Yeah, this is my favorite for now. Just picturing this is beautiful. One time I got so high my neighbor had to tell me that I wasn't driving to the gas station. Hey, dude, what are you doing? Driving to the gas station. No, you're not.
It's not herpes, just friction burn, Jesus. Once got so high in college that he was laying on his futon sideways, pretending to ride a bike, and it got harder to pedal every time he moved his legs. I'm not going anywhere. Top-heavy Jesus was once so high she had to call her stepdad because her car was making a weird noise when she kept trying to start it. Turns out the car was already started.
Oh, Jesus. I know that noise. It's
that'll
horrible.
yell at you.
Mm-hmm. All right, I got a couple more here. Then we ought to get going, I suppose, relatively quickly. Oh, no, we still have some time, actually. Anyway, one of our listeners says, one time I got so high I mowed the lawn for 20 minutes, not realizing that the blades were not engaged. One time I got so high that I thought my neighbor's barking dogs were undercover police ducks.
Ducks.
He thought that barking dogs were undercover police ducks. I can't. How horrifying a thought that must have been.
And how cool would it be if they could train ducks to do that?
They're watching me. They're listening to me.
Yeah, you're right, Josh. I would never suspect the duck.
More anxiety than hair. Jesus once got so high he was scared of his shadow because he thought it was too big. Whoa, that's not me. I'm not that big.
It's like twice the size of me.
But it's following me everywhere.
Doesn't make any sense.
You know what? I have done something similar, but not high at all. Propane driver Jesus got so high he tried to double tap and zoom in on a paper map.
Oh, I'm guilty of that too.
I've done that before.
Christ almighty.
You feel pretty dumb when that
happens. A paper
happens.
map, he thought he could, expand his fingers and close in on whatever, Blaine or whatever he was looking at. It can do tricks to you. It can do tricks. Ashley has just a little bit of drool running down the side of her mouth right now. Oh, you want to smoke yourself a fatty, don't you, Ashley?
So bad.
Are you do you have a time frame on when this is going to happen, or?
I mean, hopefully, eventually, I'll be able to, but you can't while breastfeeding. So
you don't have a cutoff when you're shutting down the factory?
I'm thinking 6 months. That's when. Then I'll just go to pumping. So I'll be doing it. I'll have to not smoke weed for at least a year.
You're very responsible.
By the way, I saw you pumping breast milk earlier today, Ashley, and you know what? It's still funny.
I didn't see.
Did
you had on Sir Milks-a-Lot underneath your shirt again?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure, Nick, you probably see that every day when I have to put it from the pump into the bag.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, yeah. Where I'm sitting, I don't see that.
And even after a full week or whatever it's been of breast pumping, it's still funny.
I still think it's hilarious,
good.
too.
Yeah, good. All right, we got to pull the plug. Yes, Cubby.
Yeah, a couple of shout-outs. Happy birthday to Miss Melissa Jesus from It Can Only Be Jared Jesus, and happy birthday to Santa Jesus.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled to Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.